Are in instant budget a tube currently. Oh, the investigation stuff. Detectives are always popular. You trying to say that Detective Pikachu didn't live up to the Ace Attorney standard? That is a quality moment. Yeah, this dude looks like he could probably solve a couple cases. Gonna get a monocle on a fucking pipe for being incompetent. Alright, so yeah, this is yeah, it does. So this is like a point and click where Winklebottom investigates. I think it's more your Monkey Island type of speed, from what I've gathered. Top Hat synonymous with Layton. True gentleman. Yeah, this is made by as a 1920s murder mystery made by Cave Monsters. What I can tell, this is their only game. Came out last year, but this is the new physical release that just came out. Supposed to be pretty cool, so I decided to go for it. We'll see. I don't think it's supposed to be super long. We'll probably finish it today, but I am going out. Having some food with my buddy later tonight, 4 or 5 hours from now. We'll probably get most of it done, but I think we might finish it tomorrow, unless we're really close. And I'll probably start Zero Ranger after this, so that when I get back from my trip, we can just knock out all the big releases I've missed. Void Stranger and Spider-Man and Mario Wonder and Liza P and maybe Lords of the Fallen and shit. So, and many more. But yeah, we'll be doing this. I want to maybe do Amnesia the Bunker as well this week. Get a little horror game action in. Also came out this year. We'll see what I can fit in. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully it's good.
Oh my god, he's dead! The master's dead!
I'll turn it up a bit. Max Drift, dude. That'd be insane, man. Unleash his fucking limiters. How does he get in, man?
Well then, Frumple, that was quite the case, wasn't it?
Oh, indeed so. Already made the evening edition, don't you know? I picked up a copy when I went to buy the boat ticket. We'll be quite the heroes, I think.
Hopefully they don't dwell too much on the part where one of the Weasel gang cracked you over the head with a pool cue and nearly made off with all the gold, eh?
Huh, wretched blighter caught me from behind. Just not cricket, is it?
Still, all worked out in the end, my friend, and just in time too, as you have this party with Admiral Gilfrey to attend.
Look, who is this chap anyway, Winklebottom?
Oh, Gilfrey's an old school friend of mine, top of his class, went on to become an admiral, then latterly undertook a number of privately funded expeditions to all 4 corners of the globe.
Bit of a swot then, eh? We had no time for his sort at my school.
Evidently so, my friend. Right, let's get this boat ticket and be on our way. Where is the ticket anyway, Frumple?
Oh, I slipped it into the newspaper for safekeeping.
Don't know about the VA on the main character, man. That's alright, dude. That's just fine. It's not fucked or anything. And they just assaulted you with the fucking the how's your mom fucking speech there.
Winklebottom cracks the case. A touch sensational, but they appear to have got most of the salient facts correct.
Never mind all that. What do they say about me?
Ah, well, let me see. Yes, here it is. Lord Winklebottom was assisted, as ever, by his associate Mr. Frumple.
Mister? Dash it all, I didn't spend 8 years in medical school to be called Mister. Bunch of bloody hacks.
Well, never mind that now, old boy. We have to get going if we're to catch this boat before nightfall.
No, I'm quite vexed now. I shan't leave until I've had a fresh cup of tea to calm me down. This one's practically tepid.
Oh, very well. I'll make you a fresh cup. The pot should be ready now. Ah, here's the ticket. I'll keep hold of this for now.
Alright. We'll see how it all pans out, man.
You know, we really must replace this waste paper bin. It's starting to look rather ragged.
Yes, and whose fault is that? Don't know why you keep buying these straw ones. You know you can't resist a nibble when you're peckish.
As I say, we should replace it. Yes, a nice new straw basket, I think. Ah, do you remember this case?
Hox and Fox gang, wasn't it? Made a mint selling forgeries of famous works of art, until you stepped in.
That's right. Kept this one as a souvenir. It's a reproduction of the goat with a pearl earring. Winklebottom cracks the case.
Is there a way to like not have the dialogue autoplay? There we go. I don't mind pressing A myself. I want to like, if the conversations are really long, I don't want to be able to break in and say something.
Now to pour some out for the good doctor. And in with the tea. One of Frumple's many teacups.
Wonder if this is gonna actually be like a mystery or it just I figured it's more just a comedy mystery. How smart the mystery is doesn't really matter.
I'm rather fond of this scarf. Shame it's been on the short side though. Ah, the streets of London. Fair to say we've seen this city at its best and its worst over the years, eh, Frumple?
Nanny used to tell me the streets of London were paved with gold. Daft old bird. It's just stone and dirt, same as everywhere else.
Ever the optimist, my friend. Any ideas, old thing?
You promised to make me a new cup of tea.
Oh, is
You
that
get
the
a real
head thing?
real
If you click the T. Oh man, I made you the tea, bro. What do you gotta have, milk, man?
I'll take this. Good for the old bones.
I guess he does have a little in the top there.
I put the milk in the cup. Here you are then, a nice fresh cup of tea.
Ah, that's much better. I say, this tastes a bit off. Did you put the tea in first or something?
Ah, was that wrong?
Wrong? Wrong? What sort of animal do you think I am?
A most fine one, my friend. Come along, we need to be off. The ticket says we are to meet a Mr. Walters at the docks, and he'll sail us out to Gilfrey's Island.
Does the order you put that kind of shit in make that big of a difference, right?
Oh, very well. I suppose this will have to do. Tea first, I ask you.
I just
just
throw
smell
shit
that
in my
salty
tea,
sea
man.
air.
Call it
Takes
a
me back to my
day.
childhood holidays on the coast with Gilfrey. Even then you could tell the old boy was destined for a life on the waves.
Savage, I guess.
Don't much care for it myself. Went on a ghastly school trip to Blackpool as a lad. I tried to go for a donkey ride. Donkey was furious. He told me I was too heavy. Wretched fellow.
Well, never mind that now, old boy. We need to find the docks and this salty Walters chap who's going to take us over to Gilfrey's Island.
Every scene has to fit this fucking entire giraffe.
One of the old English kings lost his head in the Great Frog War, if I remember my history.
Careless, if you ask me.
Let me in, you bleeding crooked canine. Oh, hello, sir. Sorry, in a bit of a jam here.
Good day to you, sir.
Bleeding well isn't a good day. That reprobate Walters has locked me out of my own pub. I do apologise, sir. Shouldn't take it out on you like, but he's going to drink me out of business if I don't get back in there to stop him.
Indeed so, quite the predicament. So this is your establishment, I take it?
Indeed so, sir. Used to be my father's, but I took it over as the oldest of the litter. We do a good trade, serving the sailors and dock workers, even if we have to put up with less savoury characters from time to time.
I say, Winklebottom, I do hope he's not talking about the chap who's meant to sail us out to the island.
I feel like this Joe Rando guy here's got the best VA so far.
Can we help you get the door open? I'm rather afraid I have business with this Walters fella.
He's bleeding well gone and locked the door from the inside. And my spare key's in my bedroom on the top floor. How am I meant to get up there?
Sounds rather like your forte, what?
I do have a certain talent for retrieving things from high places, yes.
Oh, if you wouldn't mind, sir. It's the window on the right up there. Not the left one. That leads to the hallway and we had it sealed up, as it lets a proper terrible draft in right through the pub. We catch our death if you open that one.
Look right in.
Oh. Well, I can see them, but they're rather frustratingly out of reach. Ah, pearls for a swine. Lord Winklebottom committing common larceny? Most certainly not.
Keep away from that window. Lets in a terrible draft, it does.
The window, my friend.
A number
Crazy
of wooden
bastard.
barrels. They all seem to be sealed up and in use.
Something I can grab.
One of the old English.
I gotta pick something up from the dock, man.
Let's take this with us, just in case. You know, Vrumple, we might be able to make use of this sword.
Blimey, not the friendliest chap, is he?
I say, old chap, a moment of your time. Greetings, my good man.
Good day to you. What can I do for you?
I have a ticket for conveyance of myself and my colleague here with a Mr. Walters. I wonder if you know the gentleman.
Kind of like a big hole in the fucking boat.
Lay about. Oh, I know him all right, but you'll not be going anywhere with him till he pays his docking fees. Nobody leaves this dock without my say-so. No docking fees, no permit to leave.
I say, Winklebottom, this Walters fellow sounds like a flaky sort of character, what?
Well, can we discuss this permit? How might we obtain a permit to allow us to leave the dock?
Well, you could get Walters to pay his docking fees, but that's not likely to happen. Tell you
Yeah,
what, I'm a
me
bit
either.
short-staffed today. So if you help me with repairing this ship, I'll give you a permit.
I think some of it's the delivery. There's like this attempt with that kind of witty, kind of British kind of dialogue. Like the old school. I mean, it is just like some 1920s thing, but it doesn't quite hit home. I mean, it's still got its charms for sure, but I think it's a mix, yeah. It's got that like kind of non-stop witty dialogue thing going on, and I don't know if the VA and all that, if it worked out super well, but
Manual labour? Very much like the sound of that. I have a surgeon's hooves, don't you know?
Well, what can we do to help?
then again, to each their own on comedy, right?
I can do the actual work, but I've run out of wood. I need some planks or something.
It's hard to really judge that kind
Very
of
well,
stuff.
we shall obtain some wood for you.
Also, this barrel of tar here solidify. I don't need much, but I need a way to melt some of it.
Some way to melt the tar, I see.
Shouldn't be a problem for a genius like you, eh, what?
It's kind of like shit's out there, what?
Right then, Frumple, let's see what we can do about getting hold of this permit.
Yeah. Then it's just like a little thing, it's like you're just actually saying it.
A boat hook. This should... Ah, perhaps this is the vessel Mr. Walters will be using to convey us to Guilford's Island.
Dashwell hope not, what with that blasted great hole in the side of...
It's a cute concept, though. I feel like the visuals are fine. Nice little point and click. Let's see if we can use one of these.
Ah yes, this seems to be just the ticket. Perhaps I should keep this hook for collecting out-of-reach leave.
Okay, they just showed it.
Right then, this should do the trick.
Oh, thank you kindly, sir. Right then, let's see what that bleeder has been up to in my pub.
Wouldn't fancy being in that fellow's shoes.
You'll bleeding well pay for this, Walters. Look what you've done. This bleeding barrel is bleeding well empty now. Get out, you hear?
Keep your snout out me business. I be leaving in me own
Fucking
time.
bulldog.
I won't be taking no orders from a landlubber like you.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like the dialogue for the random characters and the VA and those has been better than the main two. I think that writing on the main ones were the fast talk and witty. I don't know if it quite pans out as well as just like, you know, writing like a sailor, like a barkeep or something.
I say, Frumple, this is the chap who's going to sail us to the island?
Fellow looks like he's barely able to stand, let alone sail the ship.
I mean, it's not like it's fucked or anything.
Get your bleeding hooves off. I mean, would you mind leaving that where it is, please, sir? I lose a dozen of those a day to these thieving bleeders.
Yar! What terrible siren song be that? Last orders are upon us already.
How's he gotta leave now?
Quick, you rapacious rapscallion. I been eating more beer.
Can I like put something in his booze? Put some piss in there.
Just 1 minute. Don't think you can pinch me point just because I be looking the other way. That be mine, you great thieving scallywag. Who's off it? Ah, 'twas but a false alarm.
There's something to put there.
A painting of a ship. It's
Probably for the best. I wouldn't have anything valuable in this place,
Oh.
not with their claims. I say, Winklebottom, this fellow looks like a bit of a bore, eh, what?
Hey, what, man?
Yeah, it's very good, Frumple.
How can I help you, sir?
I say, old boy, would you mind awfully letting us have that jug of rum you have sitting on the bar over there?
Well, I suppose you did help me get back into my pub. Fine, you can have the bleeding thing. On the house, like.
I wonder what you can tell us about the sailor who's been slumped over that table over there.
The bane of my bleeding existence, that's what he is. He's cleared me out. Can you believe it? Drunk all the
paying all
bleeding
his
beer
brother?
he has.
Very bothersome, I'm sure. I say, old chap, any chance of lighting the fire? There's a bit of a nip in the air after all.
No bleeding way. Cost me money, that does. And with that waste of space drinking me out of house and home, I need to save every last shilling. I'd have to get a lot colder before I stop.
Well, thank you for your...
Very good.
We have to open the window outside, I guess. Or he'll start the fire.
Since the landlord is looking the other way, perhaps I might borrow this for a moment. I'll be sure to return it, naturally.
Fella's probably used to things going walkabout in this place anyway.
Alright, let's get out of here then. I guess we could talk.
Why, what is it?
Greetings, my good man.
Well, spit it out. What be you wanting, stranger?
You are Salty Walters, I take it?
That I am, and don't you be forgetting it neither.
Then you want to take us to the Isle of Barghest.
Nope, I be staying here with me drinks. I'll not be sailing today. Not for you nor anybody else.
I say, you rotter, we have tickets, you know. Paid for in advance.
Nar.
Now look here, you bounder. We have tickets and you will jolly well sail us out to that island. Dash it all.
I won't be sailing today. I drinks me beer to wash away the terrible taste of the salty seawater. And hates it, I does. I'll not be sailing again for a while now that I've got that accursed taste out of me system.
Okay, we gotta put
Ironic
some
that a man named Salty
seawater.
should hate the taste of seawater so, isn't it, Frumple?
Dashed inconvenient.
See if
if you
I
ask
can go
me.
get some.
Well, goodbye.
Fellow seems more than a little worse for wear thanks to all that beer.
Wonder what animal got killed.
Picking up litter, eh? Very public spirited.
Now let's see if we can't get this window open. No, it's no good. Stuck fast.
Give another go. Probably just been painted over.
Well, if you say so, just one more. Oh. Oh dear, well that didn't go entirely according to plan. How awfully embarrassing.
Fucking
Still got the job done, what?
common criminal, man.
I'm not quite sure what I want this for. I might be able to get some seawater in this if only I could get it low enough.
Can you combine items?
It's no good. The rope can't get any purchase. I have reservation. I'd really. Excuse me, sir. I say that.
Fearsome looking blight around.
Just gonna stab him, bro.
I have reservation. I have reserv. I say, old chap, a moment. The fellow over there is proving a bit troublesome.
Oh, him? He's harmless, really. At least as long as you don't greatly value your eyeballs.
Delightful.
You'll not be getting anything out of him till he's got his morning drink inside of him. And I'm not talking about coffee, if you take my meaning.
I see. Well then,
I have to steal the man's booze.
perhaps this is the vessel.
Dashwell hope not. What with
Am I getting the seawater though?
I say, it is rather chilly in here, what?
Yeah, it's colder than Poseidon's drawers in here.
What?
Oh, for goodness sake. I'll have to light the bleeding fire now.
I'm fucking cold, good to be out there. Now what's the point of this, man?
Now to heat this poker up somewhat. Yes, this is done.
Be careful with that thing. Don't want to burn a hole in your britches.
I have a hot poker.
No. I have read.
But why?
I'm really not sure. We should take our reward with us.
Oh, we can give this to him. Okay. Hopefully the seagull likes rum.
Here you are then, sir, some alcohol. Perhaps this will quench your thirst.
Arr, arr.
I say, he nearly ripped your blasted hoof off.
Jesus. Not a machine gun.
Well, that seems to have calmed him down considerably, but I can't help but feel we aren't really helping the poor wretch here. Now this fellow has calmed down, I'm sure he won't object to us borrowing his saw. You see, doesn't mind a bit.
What do we do with the tar?
No. No. Right then, Frumble, just watch this. Yes, the hot poker is melting through the tar like butter.
Oh, what a noxious niff. Let's get rid of this stuff quickly.
Stick, I guess.
This seems unlikely. This seems unlikely.
The typical point and click experience there.
I have No, I don't think... I might be able to get some...
I say, Winklebottom, have a look at this tiny little boat. Wouldn't fancy my chances trying to cross the sea in this thing.
Quite so, old man. I'd really... You know what, Frumple, I'm rather inclined to leave...
Anything else going on here?
I have reservation... A collection of barrels. I say, old chap. Well then, thank
We've seen all we need to see with him. I mean, I could just grab the
I'm really not
boat.
sure.
Did they not just get onto
This
the
seems
boat?
unli- No. I tied the ropes with the handle of this jug.
Okay.
Now I'll lower the jug
Oh,
down.
what
on
are the
this rope
bottles
and-
for?
Yes,
Might just be there for
no.
fun.
Ah, what terrible sort. Quick, you're rapacious.
Quickly, while he's not looking, just pour this into his beer.
It's a bunch of seawater.
Ah, what be this foul flavour? Oh, me last beer is ruined, and that picaroon pig won't sell me no more.
Do I take it you might now be willing to carry out your job?
No reason not to now. Maybe the Admiral can see his way to providing me with a bit of the old grog. Go way back, him and me.
Shall we meet at the docks then?
Aye, I'd be waiting at me vessel. Make it quick, mind you.
Guy really doesn't like his fucking seawater, man.
My word, there appears to be a storm coming in. We must make haste and get out of the island before it hits.
Oh shit, man. Storm on a murder island. I'm interested. In the end there were none. So we have a few things that were just never used. I don't know if this game says like bait stuff or you're supposed to come back
Wait, you
eventually.
don't mean this is your ship?
Aye, that it be. And what of it?
I just don't think it looks particularly seaworthy.
She's a fine vessel. Served me on many a long voyage, she has. Besides, I be the
Maybe we
only
need to
sailor
fix the
for
ship
hire in the
stuff.
dock right now, so you don't have a choice.
That's not terribly reassuring.
Shall we set sail for the island then?
No, that bilge rat over yonder won't let me leave.
right.
Says I've not paid me docking fees. Get his permission and we'll be on our way.
Just pay your own fees, bro.
I say, old chap, a moment of... Well, can we discuss... Well, what...
I can do the actual work, but I've run out of wood.
Very well, we shall...
Also, this barrel of tar here solidify. I don't need much, but I need a way to melt some of it.
Some way to melt the tar, I see.
Shouldn't be a problem for a genius like you, eh, what?
Hey, what?
Right then, Frumple.
Hey, what, man?
A collection of...
Okay, night time, dude.
no. No time for that now.
There's some wood here we can take.
I say, Barky, would you mind awfully if I took this empty barrel?
You'd be doing me a favour. That beer-soaked bulldog has emptied it anyway.
Damned if I can figure out where you keep all this stuff, Winklebottom.
There we
Now,
go.
Frumple, you hold onto the barrel, and I'll attempt to chop it up.
Careful where you're waving that thing. No other doctors around to patch me
It's
if it
funny
gets
because
slick,
like
you
there's
know.
no way they'd be able to do any of this. Big animal. I guess it's part of the joke, right? Guy's like fucking handling a saw. The beauty of the perspective. Alright, I think we're good. Puzzle solved.
Will this do the job?
Ah, yes. This'll do nicely. I could use this wood for me repairs. This is just what I need. I could use this to waterproof the repair. Thank you for that, fellas. Now I can repair the hole in this boat. First class job. Even if I do say so myself.
Well, nobody else is likely to.
Well, with that done, I'm finished for the day, so you're both free to go. Give this permit to Walters and let him know his debt is cleared. This time.
Come on then, spit it out.
Shall we set sail for the island?
Aye, that we will. All me permits are in order, so all aboard for the Isle of Barghest.
Ooh, cool. And then there were none. We're loud. Those games with the loud content.
Hold on, I'm coming.
Yeah, really. I mean, if I was in dire need,
Made it at last.
and maybe I started in the ocean with the paddle boat, but yeah, I don't think I'd willingly leave dock with one.
Oh, sir, it's terrible. A tragedy. The master. He's dead.
Don't know. What a twist.
I say what?
It's true, sir. Oh, the poor master. I found him, sir, just floating there in his tube. Stiff as a board he was. Oh, it was horrible.
Gilfrey dead, but this doesn't make any sense. He was in the prime of his life. The fellow was as strong as an ox.
Oh, very tiny ox anyway. Oh, I say, old chap, I am sorry.
We should take a look just to be certain. Madam, Dr. Frumple here will want to examine the poor fellow.
And if there's even a hint of foul play, you can be certain that Lord Winklebottom will get to the bottom of it.
Oh, my lord, thank God you're here. The master spoke of you often.
Tell me, who else is in the house?
Well, my lord, there's the start off. That's myself and Ambrose, the butler.
Where's the butler now?
Over there,
It's
she's
always the butler.
Also Pumphrey, the gardener. Though he's been moping around outside of late. Miserable old sod it is. Oh, sorry, my lord.
Anybody else?
Oh, yes, my lord. There are a great many guests here today. The master had a big announcement to make, he said.
You're either a super good guy or a super bad guy. There are no passive butlers.
Right, Rumple, we should have a look at
A
poor
big
Gilfrid and
announcement. This is
introduce
gonna be like
ourselves to the
Clue,
other
man.
guests. Thank you, madam. You've been most helpful.
We need to watch Clue. Have you ever seen Clue, Ripper? That's such a funny ass movie, man. Based on the board game or whatever.
You're welcome, my lord. Have you any luggage with you? I can have Ambrose take it upstairs for you.
Alas, no, we lost most of our possessions on the journey over here. Our means of conveyance turned out to be a touch unstable.
It was all I could do to keep hold of me tea.
Guy's literally got one cup of tea. He really must savor it, man. I don't know how he keeps it warm, but he's just sipping one cup the whole fucking game. Yeah, that was always funny. Tim Curry, Christopher Lloyd, bunch of fucking actors like that. Just a goofy ass movie.
Oh, I say, a gong. Shall I gong it?
I'm not entirely convinced that gong is a verb, but very well if you...
Gong.
Yeah. Like, I'll drink coffee and then, you know, maybe the last few sips will be fucking warm, but... It's start out with the lukewarm coffee. Either cold or hot, man.
Well, I suppose, but where's the fun in that?
Strange, the maid said this would call the butler, but he's nowhere to be seen. A bust of the great composer, Beethoven.
Not just a great composer, but an excellent at tricks too, you know. I hear he was an expert at rolling over.
Ah, a portrait of the great fellow himself.
Distinguished looking chap, eh, Winklebottom?
This is a portrait of Gilfrey's late wife, Ethelberta. She died tragically young a few years ago.
How did she die, anyway?
Axolotl or whatever.
It was a terrible incident involving an airship.
I say, crashed with her on board?
No, she flew too close to the propellers and, well, you can imagine the rest.
Oh, grisly way to go.
A painting of Gilfrey's only daughter.
At least that's what they said.
I say, Winklebottom, that fella must have been going like a bomb when you ran into that wall, what? Ha
I think I've heard that one before, and it's not in very good taste.
I suppose when you think about it, it is quite an odd tradition. A little morbid, in fact. Look, the poor fellow even has some of his clothing still on him.
This chap is beyond even your skills, I fear. Let's leave him.
Why would a fucking, in a world where all the animals are like intelligent, sentient, you've got like an animal's head on the wall, dude. I guess that's the joke, huh?
Another fine piece of artwork from Gilfrey's collection.
I need to start throwing some human heads on my wall.
It would be prudent to alert someone on the mainland to the death. Hello? Operator? Ah yes, hello. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to connect me to Scotland Yard. Inspector Culver's office, if you please. Yes, thank you.
Of course.
What the devil? The lights have gone out.
What on earth was all that about?
I'm not sure. I say, the telephone line has gone dead. And look at this.
Crikey, that's a bit of a mess. What could have done this?
Yeah, Frumple's not exactly the most spirited on some of his video work. It's funny though, yeah, like the side characters have been just fine.
Well, one thing's for sure, we're not going to be able to contact the mainland until
So
we can
what
get
could
this
have done
repaired.
this? Yeah. I mean, I respect it's all voiced, right? It's not like it's horrible or anything from the voice acting, but I mean, it is like primarily dialogue, right? And that kind of witty comedy is supposed to be a big part of it. So having I feel like the voice acting just right is kind of important. I'd say the main two have honestly been the worst. Not that they're just dog shit, but there's like a certain, I don't know, I feel like way this kind of dialogue, you'd kind of almost expect it to sound, or it has some kind of charm, flavor to it, but yeah, they're kind of flat sometimes. Yeah, I mean, say what we will about the dialogue. I mean, I'm the kind of guy that's not even really laughing during like Monkey Island or anything, so I just enjoy the spirit of like that kind of comedy. It's got like a good feeling charm to it. I don't find it actually really funny. So, but yeah, the VA work though, you could definitely say something. Yeah, I would say so. It feels like the whole shtick. Fancy lad, fast talking, old timey British fellas. I mean, they try to make a few clever jokes here and there, but yeah, I feel like it's supposed to be more the way they talk is the funny bit. Sadly, some of the VA doesn't really sell it. I had another bad day of sleep today. I was on the phone for a while after like 3 hours of sleep. Then I just stayed up for a bit and then I fell asleep again in my chair. So I have to get some coffee tonight or something.
This wire has been severed cleanly too, by the looks of it.
Bit suspect if you ask me. Can we repair
Did it just happen?
Maybe if we can find some replacement wire to bridge the gap.
Who the hell would have came in here and done that? Oh yeah? Yeah, I need to stay up because I've got car stuff on Monday and probably work at some point this week. I'm leaving on Thursday or whatever for my trip, but I mean I could just be tired, it's fine. I mean I do like point and click. I mean I'm having fun with that, and the setup's cute here with the murder mystery. I'm not saying it's like bad or anything
A
yet.
bust of the great Caesar. Gilfrey was most interested in ancient history.
Good grief, look at his eyes. They look even more soulless than the real thing.
What is it with you and primates, Frumple? Perhaps we could discuss the other people who are here.
I say, I gonged that gong over there and your butler fellow didn't show up.
Yep. Oh well.
Well, he is a bit on the slow side, but he's quite reliable. I hope nothing's happened to him.
Who else is on the staff here?
Other than Ambrose, there's just Pumphrey, the gardener. Such a shame to see the house so low on staff. Oh, my lord, you should have seen the place where my mistress was still alive.
Used to be more of you, eh?
Oh, yes, sir. It's really just a skeleton staff now. The master was away so much on his travels. More so since the mistress passed away. He doesn't need a full staff these days, I'm afraid.
What can you tell me about the guests here?
I don't know any of them well. It's the first time we've had guests since the mistress died. God rest her soul. You're the last to arrive, so you'll find them all around the house.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Something tells me we're gonna solve the murder of his wife or something.
Do you know why we've all been invited here?
Maybe. Maybe not. They did say she died in like an airplane.
Oh, I'm sorry, my lord. I don't. The master was
I guess we'll
being
see.
most
Maybe he's just
serious
unhinged.
about it. Something to do with his research, I'd fancy, but it's
Research.
all beyond me.
Oh. Turn to Phantasmagoria.
That'll be all for now, madam.
I'm gonna be looking into the occult. Look at these motherfuckers.
I'm not going to open these, it'll let a terrible draft. This tube is part of the network of pipes Gilfrey used to get around the house. Being amphibious, he preferred to stay in these as much as possible.
Ingenious system, mind you.
This painting is called Adventure Awaits, apparently.
Huh. Personally, I could do with a bit less adventure in my life.
A roaring hot fire, very cosy.
Very cozy.
I suppose a tiny nibble wouldn't hurt.
Careful, old thing, you'll get your head stuck in that vase.
I say you're right. Yes, my head goes all the way in. I can eat the stalks too. There's nothing left to eat in this vase.
You're addicted, man.
Just fucking comes in, eats plants, and calls it a day.
A long, round glass vase. It's crystal clear.
Don't go sticking your head in there again. Wouldn't want to get stuck.
I believe these are used to see into the future. Rather a pity they can't see into the past, so we could find out what happened to Gilfrey. I say, Frumple, I can see a mist starting to form in this.
No, old boy, that's just your monocle steaming up because of the heat from the fire.
Oh, then we probably shan't get any answers this way. Greetings.
You are Lord Winklebottom, are you not?
I say, that's amazing. Did you see all that in your crystal ball? Or a message from the spirits, perhaps?
No, I saw an article about you in the newspaper earlier today.
Oh, well, yes, I suppose that would also work.
Anyway, I am very pleased to meet you. I am Madame Lavinia, and I am a spirit medium.
Well, quite. What can you tell me about Gilfrey?
Oh, that poor soul. Such tragedy in this household. First my dear Ethelberta, and now Aristotle. Their daughter must be devastated.
Hmm?
Quite so, very sad business all round. Very
Maybe it
sad.
was the daughter, man. Insurance.
What's your connection to Gilfrey?
I've known Ethelberta since she was a duckling. I've no idea why darling Aristotle invited me today, though. None at all.
Thank you for your time. If I turn the hands, I can make the clock chime.
But why? We'll keep it in mind, huh?
Dame Sigurdy's haberdashery bag. Knitting, sewing, wool, threads and such like. Greetings, madam.
What's that, young man? Speak up!
I said greetings, madam.
No, it's no good. No diction. That's the problem with you young people. You need to learn to project, my boy.
We're not going to get very far here, Winklebottom. My diagnosis is the old bird is deaf as a post.
I'm so glad to have you here, Frumple. I've no idea how I would manage without your expert opinion on such matters.
Oh, thank you, old thing.
Thank you for your time, madam.
What's that? Move your head closer.
Ugh,
I say, Winklebottom, do you know who this is? It's Dame Celia Wellington Boot.
I'm sure I have no idea.
But she's famous. Dame Celia was a star of the stage. I had quite a crush on her as a young calf.
Well,
Dame Sigurdy's haberdashery bag.
here she is, pal. No time like the present, man. To get working it. Like you wouldn't say crush
You know what they say,
in the
Frumple,
20s,
an apple
but
a day keeps the doctor away.
Well, doesn't seem to have worked, does it?
It's surprising
Maybe.
how often a good sharp knife comes in handy during an
where that
investigation.
came from? What is this fucking crush, right? Where did that version of the word pop out?
Frumple, you're the food expert. Do you think we should take this with us?
As you wish, but don't expect me to know what to do with it. I'm rather more interested in the end result than the process, you know?
We start
Yes,
collecting
open
the
this hatch.
objects, man. The things.
Ugh, blasted thing.
There we Dumbwaiter. Hey, Lassie. Thank you, bud. Thank you very much. Yeah,
At least
dude.
we know we can make more tea.
A little point and click
Oh,
action.
that's a relief. I feel like I've been nursing this cup for hours now. So I'll make it next time and put the milk in first like you meant to.
I can't just cause them to spontaneously combust.
When I was in the Calf Scouts, we'd make fires by rubbing twigs together.
I see, and do you have any twigs handy?
Ugh, you don't have to poo-poo all my ideas, you know?
We need to light this up at some point. Problem with the screen moving a bunch is you'll try to aim for something, then it'll go like beyond it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some of the VA on the main characters and the wit of the dialogue doesn't quite pan out, but the setup's been cool and it's got some charm. The animal, old-timey detectives and stuff. It's been cool so far. We'll see how it all goes. It's definitely got that kind of like old Monkey Island energy. They just hit you with as many jokes as possible, and you kind of just... For me, I just enjoy that kind of atmosphere more than I find it truly funny.
What? What is it?
They're keeping red wine in the refrigerator. This is sacrilege.
Let's see what kind of goofy mystery it is. It's kind of like that classic setup. The detective arrives on the island, the storm happens, all these people don't know why they're there, and the guy who invited them's dead and shit. But now with animals.
Oh, is that all? I thought you found something important.
A block of butter. Might be useful. It's rock solid, however.
I like it when it's solid. Easier to take a bite out of it, you know?
I don't know. So we got some solid lump of butter.
I'd really rather...
Yeah, from what I understand, it's this Dove's their first game. I mean, maybe they've worked in the industry. I look up the company, it's the first one. I think we checked everything in there. That's the fruit.
A bowl of fruit. You know what they say, Frumple? An apple a day...
Well, doesn't seem to have worked.
Okay.
This door appears to be locked. Most irritating.
Yes, quite so. Wonder where it leads to.
Okay. I don't think we could pick the fucking thing open. We'll start with the bottom floor, then go to the top. Right. Yeah, it's definitely an atmosphere thing. I like there were some jokes I'd laugh or get a chuckle out of in the Monkey Islands, the first two, but it's definitely more just the like the delivery and the kind of spirit of it. The quick fire, just constant. Joke a second. It's kind of comfy. It goes with the point and click well. Can interact with everything. This is definitely going that style. I mean, I don't think it's, you know, as witty or fun as that, obviously,
Ugh, this
but
bed is absolutely filthy. Frumple, what do you make of this?
Looks like some
It's
kind
cool.
of slime or mucus. I'd say this bed is used by a mollusk of some sort. Filthy buggers.
yeah, really my biggest thing is the VA on these two. Otherwise, it seems like a fine point and click.
This looks like a child's doll. It seems to be a cuddly axolotl.
Bit of an odd thing to keep around.
Can we do something with this thing?
No.
I do wish the console port here had like a quick, like you'd pop straight down and use the D-pad to grab an item and then pop it back up. You have to kind of like drag. It's just full cursor. I get that's probably the easiest way to do it, but I like the crispiest of controls for sure. That's alright.
Ugh, this bed.
Looks like some kind of...
Yeah, I liked the feel and all that of Grim Fandango. And fun VA and yeah, that bizarro kind of Day of the Dead meets what's that director's name? Had bad sleep. My mind is not quite there. But yeah, that kind of style. It's cool. I kinda like Nightmare Before Christmas and shit. Yeah, I wish I could have finished that one. The soft lock's pretty bad, especially for a modern port. It's like a PS4 port. Let me go back someday. But it was cool. I don't know what my favorite would be. I definitely have some favorite point and clicks, but in terms of like comedy ones,
I say, Winklebottom, I wonder if these chaps know what happened
couldn't
to
say.
Gilfrey.
You could ask, but I doubt they'd hear, and I don't suppose they saw anything anyway. A collection of gramophone records.
Oh look, they have Sounds of the Sea featuring Periwinkle, Flange and the Crustaceans. I love their music.
I think I'll stick to the classics. Ah, this chap is Lord Malcolm
She has
Schmidt.
like
I
a
met him in
fucking
House of
human
Memory
hand.
times. A great speaker, although I'm not sure all of it makes a good deal of sense.
Looks most distinguished.
Generally, yes, though not so much when food is around. He can get quite raucous at times. Ah, look at him here, the pride of the Admiralty. They say he had the sea running through his veins. Ah, look at this, it's Gilfrey and Ethelbert on their wedding day. A splendid time was had by all, I can assure you, Frumple. Such a tragedy, Ethelbert passed away so young.
Did you run a casino and all that as well?
Yes, terrible business. Just terrible.
Yeah, I'll have dreams about things from games. Bits and pieces. But I play a lot of games, so.
Now, let us have a look in here.
Oh, just some papers. How boring.
Damn. Yeah, sounds like a crazy one. That's cool though. Yeah, but maybe that's the afterlife. Skeleton Bros.
Not inherently so, but in this case, yes. They don't seem to be of any great interest. Although it does seem odd that they're in such a mess. It's almost as if somebody had been rummaging through them in a hurry.
Yeah, it had to have some impact on you in some way, even if it was just the aesthetic. It's hard to forget the aesthetics of Grim Fandango.
Best way, in my opinion, gets it out of the way. I much prefer reading things with nice pictures in them. Medical books have some excellent drawings.
One would hope that you at least glance at the words, mind you. Now, let us have a look.
Oh, just some
Not inherent.
Best way, in
One would hope that... One of those newfangled gramophone players. The music plays through this trumpet.
Modern technology is wonderful. Just look how tiny it is.
A collection of books, nothing of any great interest, right?
Oh, this is the dead guy. He's just sitting there.
A relic of the Great Frog Wars. Gilfrey was most fond of ancient history.
I say, that axe he's carrying could do you a real mischief if you got on the wrong end of it.
A sporting trophy won by Gilfrey. He was always such a strong, fit chap.
Won a few sporting trophies myself in my youth, you know. Came second in the all boys egg and spoon race back at the old academy. They let me keep the spoon. Had to give back the egg, mind. Matron only laid it that morning.
An an award for Amphibian of the Year. A finer amphibian you could never hope to meet, eh, Frumple?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd like to give it another go. Play a version that I don't soft lock in. Or one with having more saves. I probably have it on a million platforms at this point, so just do it on PC. I'd like to play some of the other classics and stuff. I've had Full Throttle or whatever for a while. But I think going all the way back to like Maniac Mansion and Day of the Tentacle and all that. Work my way around here and there. Could do like free LucasArts shit. The Sierras and all that. Well, that wasn't exactly pre. I mean, they're just kind of around, but King's Quests and all that. But those are fucking supposed to be pretty fucking annoying, man. That kind of point and click style. Yeah, you don't see almost any of these indie point and clicks doing that style. It's almost always the LucasArts style. What's up, Becca? Not many fail states or anything like that. Yeah. More about the puzzling and all that shit. I mean, there are some where you can get killed and all that. I mean, I think you can Gemini Rue, you can fight and stuff, but it's usually, yeah, more chill. It's not like you made a choice and then 10 hours later you're fucked or something. People just don't like that kind of game design. I don't even think it's that great a game design. I mean, it can work out just fine if the right length of the game, I suppose, but too many games out there nowadays. I'll spend like millions of hours replaying an entire point and click from scratch over and over. Yeah, technically you can die.
Greetings, sir.
Ah, hello, my child. I am most pleased to make your acquaintance at this sad time.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Lord Winklebottom III, and this is my colleague, Dr. Reginald Frumple.
Bless you, my children. I am Reverend Archibald Peabody.
Hope so.
Do you know any of the other guests?
I believe I may have seen Madame Lavinia at some interfaith conference or other, but not to speak to. Other than that, I'm afraid not.
Do you know why Gilfrey invited you here today?
Oh, I'm afraid I wouldn't know. I've not heard from him for a few years, until just recently when he wrote to me out of the blue. I know he had something to announce, but I'm afraid I don't know what.
Really? Maybe there's some mass account hacking going on right now. Don't forget your two-factor, folk, at least. Oh, really? I'm sure I've seen that, I just forgot about it. Maybe not then, yeah. I haven't played Monkey Island. That was one of my first point and clicks ever. And I played it in high school, so I barely remember. I mean, I hated it. I like it more now. Like, I like the second one, but back then it was just like playing that on a console and first point and click and shit, you know, you're younger. Developed the taste more now. I wouldn't be surprised if I missed it.
It is most intriguing, to be sure. Well, thank you for your time, Reverend.
Oh, yes, quite so, my boy, quite so.
Gato.
Greetings.
Ah, Winklebottom, isn't it? I've written reports about your exploits for my newspaper.
Oh, really? And which of our adventures have you covered?
Sorry, old thing. Not sure I recognize you.
Frumple? Dr. Frumple? You said you'd covered our cases.
Oh, that's right. You're the gentleman's gentleman, yes?
We're partners. Equal partners. Blasted hack.
All right, Frumple. Pleased to meet you, sir, but I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage.
Winslet's the name, old thing.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
I say, it's true what they say, then, about you preferring to walk on all fours. Bit old-fashioned these days, what?
I just happen to think it's rather more refined.
Plus he'd bash his bonds on the ceiling if he tried to walk in the modern style.
Modern style.
And how do you know Gilfrey? Do you know why you're invited here today?
In reverse order, not a blasted clue, and I'm engaged to his daughter Constance.
You're a journalist, you say. Could that be the reason you're here?
Might be, old boy. The old fellow wasn't entirely taken with me, truth be told, but if he wanted somebody to get the word out about something, I'd certainly fit the bill.
You didn't get along with Gilfrey then?
Well, I mean, I've never actually met him, you understand. This is the first time Constance has brought me to the island. But I'm sure he wouldn't approve of me. Crikey, my own family don't, so why would somebody else's?
So you're engaged to young Constance over there?
Oh, Winklebottom, I'm a changed cat since meeting her. I was quite the party animal, but fair to say, she's tamed me.
I'm
You
sure.
didn't get on with the Admiral, though.
It was nothing he said, you understand, but I don't think he approved. Don't have a lot of luck with family. Even my own disinherited me.
I say, that's rather harsh of them.
Too many parties, I suppose. And being a journalist, is not exactly an appropriate job for somebody of my status, you know.
Most unfortunate.
I get to keep the title. I'm a baronet, don't you know? But I'm afraid it's left me rather cash poor.
Thank you for your time. I say, look at this old boy. It's Gilfrey and I during our school days. Those were
Fucking-
happy times.
Fucking giraffe, man. That's a good choice, man. These giraffes are just so fucking extreme. Just ultra tall. Them doing anything normal. And they just look goofy.
Not for me. You couldn't abide school.
Kinda inherently
The other
funny.
boys used to make fun of my name. Dumple, they'd call me. The rotters.
Yeah. My sleep's been absolutely horrible as well. I'll be taking a break here in a bit. Coffee and food with someone. Enjoy. Yeah, I read Inferno. I never got around to finishing Purgatorio or Paradiso. Enjoy. Hopefully it's got pictures. Come to Brazil.
You know, Frumple, I'm not sure we have all the information we need to crack this puzzle. Nothing to be done for the poor fellow until we can drain the water, I fear.
We shall have to get him out of there if I'm to do an autopsy. Can't very well determine the cause of death just by gawping him through the glass, you know.
Oh, just look at him, Frumple. Died in his house tube network. It simply doesn't make any sense. He was such a hardy fellow.
If we can get him out, I'll determine what killed him. Never you fear.
Yeah, it was pretty dense. Like I said, I read that one in high school too, so a lot of it just kind of, I'd gather like the big bits and stuff, but some of the pictures help give contact.
I have no no idea what this sap is, I'm certainly not going to touch it if I don't know it's safe. Maybe if we could find out more about it. I once knew a chap who was killed after getting trapped in one of those. Sir Bumbles II. Very nasty way to go. My word, this plant really does look frightfully tasty. Oh dear, how awfully embarrassing. I do hope that wasn't an important clue. I really am awfully embarrassed about this, you know. Let's take these with us.
Indeed, it would be sheer folly to leave them. I say sheer folly, because they're...
Yes, I understood. Actually, I believe they're secateurs. I don't really want to lug around an entire hosepipe if I don't have a reason to. I really am awful.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure I miss so much.
A cactus covered in dozens of needles.
I'm keeping well away, got a dreadful phobia of needles, don't you know?
Doesn't that rather interfere with your work as a doctor?
Not at all, I just close my eyes when I use them, that's all. It's very common fear, you know. Most of my patients scream when they see me with one.
Greetings, you must be Miss Gilfrey. Our most sincere condolences.
But it's really interesting too, because so much shit draws like their depictions of hell and all that, the media from that. It's kind of fun, like going back and seeing like essentially the originals.
If it isn't Lord Winklebottom. Father talked about you often, and you must be Mr. Frumple?
Doctor, actually. That is, I mean, sorry for your loss, miss.
First mother and now this. I think we must have done something unspeakable in a past life to suffer so much pain in this one. Don't you agree, Lord Winklebottom?
There has been some terrible tragedy here, I agree, but I fear there may be some more earthly causes for the most recent one, at least.
You think there's villainy at work here?
We don't know yet, however his death was quite the shock, as far as I know, he was fit as a fiddle before he died. In any case, Dr. Frumple will be able to tell us more.
I think, if you don't mind, I'd just like to be left alone for a while.
Goodbye for now, Miss Gilfrey.
Yeah, what can I say? Once you get a taste, you try to let go. I'm an addict.
A painting of one Max the Tux Sheldon. I say, didn't this fellow help us out in a case once?
Don't know if this one will be as good as Detective Pikachu, but we can believe, we can hope.
Indeed so. Quite a respectable chap now, but had a bit of a murky past, I recall.
Yes, gave us some information about a particularly loathsome fellow who'd been running a smuggling ring. A portrait of Vitus Varnus.
Are any of these backers? I can't trust a single painting in video games anymore.
Maybe somebody guilty from his military days. Looks like a pretty tough brave soul to me, at any rate.
Yeah, the game you were playing earlier looked cool. I'd slept like 3 hours before I started watching that stream though, so I was in and out of like consciousness. But it was like one of those. I couldn't tell for sure if it was one of those where like if you don't perfectly execute the quick time events, you just get nothing. Because there's some of those where it's like Paper Mario, where it's like you still get something from it if you fail. But I think like Ikenfell was one where you just don't get shit if you fail. That game fucking sucked, but Ikenfell was not good. Always interesting in a strategy genre how big the QTEs matter. Playing Metroid Fusion. Better than the Super Transmission. They keep cleaning it up as they go. I prefer the world and stuff and Zero Mission, but Fusion's good.
Seems like a most agreeable fellow. I say,
Was it?
Crumble, this is a portrait of King Alec, a most popular monarch in his day.
Actually, don't know. I thought it was the after. Could be wrong. I think maybe they're really close together. I'd have to look it up.
Oh, indeed so. A very good old boy, as I understand it.
Quite so, Frumple. A good boy indeed.
In 2004, Zero Mission. 2002 on Fusion. Yep. I guess I should have figured. Metroid Prime has the connection with Fusion. I always get mixed up because of the chronological order. Zero Mission's older.
Different seats for small, medium and large posteriors. Saves accidents with smaller animals falling in the bowl. Most considerate.
How the fuck does that work? Do you just sit on the top one, I guess?
I don't wish to go right now, and certainly not with Frumple
I guess you
standing
just
here.
keep stacking more seats.
Look at this. Silly beggars have put the toilet roll on the wrong way round.
You know, between this and the tea fiasco, I sometimes feel like I barely know who you are anymore. Just a swift pull and the water flushes away.
Isn't modern science wonderful?
I'll just take this.
You know, I can prescribe medication if you need it. You don't have to go around stealing drugs from dead people.
It's an empty bottle, Frumple. This might prove useful.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Begging out to some fucking house.
Absolutely not. Why, if you take that, people will
Zero
be
Minute
able to
Air
watch the
Fusion
videos
at the
after their
same time.
ablutions. Absolutely filthy. No.
Yeah. It's fucking horrible sleep, so I'm vibing in a way, but cloudy headed for sure. Had a long conversation. I'll be going here in a few hours to probably go get some food and chit chat some more, but hopefully the coffee helps there. I'm hobo playing Lord Winklebottom.
Part of Gilfrey's pipe network. This one must have allowed him to easily get into the bath.
Can't go wrong with some classic house though.
Looks like great fun. Would be better with a mud pit at the end of it, though.
So they just kind of streaming the music, or like an event or something?
The guest bedrooms are all down here. I suppose we should investigate.
Cool.
Don't know why we bother. Even the daftest criminal isn't stupid enough to leave incriminating evidence lying around his own bedroom. Well, that was a bally waste of time. What did I tell you?
I know, old friend, but we had to do it.
Fuck is this OC?
Ah, I do believe I've met this gentleman, a fellow by the name of Tobin.
Wily looking chap. I dare say he would have a tale or two to tell.
Indeed so, quite the talented wordsmith too. He throws around some most impressive verbiage. This is a self-portrait, apparently, of a fellow by the name of Lake Cabilius, a renowned scientist and explorer.
Maybe a colleague of Gilfrey's.
Perhaps so. I believe I may have met the chap once at a party held by him and his husband. Very good food, as I recall. From what I recall, this door leads to the attic. Sadly, it appears to be locked at the moment.
Why do people insist on locking doors all over the place? Most inconvenient. Nobody ever considers us.
I rather imagine Gilfrey wasn't expecting to die, so probably wasn't anticipating our investigation.
Well, yes, I suppose the whole thing is rather more inconvenient for him.
Well, if we can't get into that other door, I don't see I'd be able to get into this. Unless we're gonna get the classic newspaper
Looks like
puzzle.
our dear friend Inspector Culver has solved another case. It seems this was an international case. He was aided by a foreign chap named Inspector Waffles.
I'd rather go for a waffle right now.
Is there any time you couldn't?
We're not gonna have the newspaper puzzle.
I think I'll leave these be. Not really cricket to go around stealing from a dead chap.
I mean, you've done nothing but walk around picking up things that don't belong to you since we left home this morning, but I have to draw the line somewhere, what?
Might come in useful, I suppose.
Maybe you can use this to lockpick.
This must be a baby photograph of Constance.
Look at her little bow.
We could spend days looking through these books. Maybe if we had something specific to search for. This tube is part of the network of pipes Gilfrey used to get around the house. Being amphibious, he preferred to...
Ingenious.
I heard that.
The sign next to this light says, "Warning, do not open pressure valve when pump is powered."
Maybe just a slight turn, just to see what happens.
No, Frumple? Let's give this a turn and see if we can't drain the system to get Gilfrey out of...
Wait, we can't do this while the water pumps are turned on. We'd probably flood the house. Or, at the very least, I might get water in my tea.
Photographs from some of Gilfrey's expeditions.
Chap certainly got around a bit, didn't he?
Why do we turn it
The sign next
off?
to this light says,
Maybe just a slight...
"No."
Oh, I say, this is a bit risque.
I've never understood why mole rats are so averse to wearing clothing like any normal animal.
Bunch of exhibitionists, if you ask me.
A
The
photograph
naked
from
mole
Gilfrey's
rat joke.
expeditions.
Chap certainly got around a bit.
I don't really think this diving suit would fit me. A diving suit, used by Gilfrey to remain out of his tube system for long periods. It looks like the helmet can be removed.
Well, can we?
I know I can carry a lot of things, but I draw the line at...
Could be something in there, man.
a small blade used for opening letters.
My God, Winklebottom, this might be it. The murder weapon.
Other than there being no blood in the water, this blade barely being sharp enough to break paper, let alone flesh, and the fact the murderer would have to dry it off and place it back in his desk after using it, rather than just taking it with him, yes, I'd say this fits the facts rather well.
Nobody likes you when you act like a blasted clever clogs, you know.
On top of all that, we don't even know that this is a murder yet.
Yes, you've made your point.
On it.
A notepad. Looks like the top page has been torn off.
Oh, you know what this means. Quick, give me a pencil. I'm going to rub over it and reveal what was written on the torn off sheet. This is my favourite.
Here you go then.
It's working, it's working.
Let me see now. 1 dozen eggs, 1 lettuce, a quart of milk. Well done, Frumple. You've uncovered an old shopping list.
How disappointing.
We just take it anyways.
Most upset.
I'm not sure. Let's take one of these.
What am I hearing outside?
Oh, look. This is a map of the island. This will come in useful, I'm sure.
I'm almost considering making some coffee right now, man. Oh, fucked. Bad fucking sleep. Yeah, so far it's been alright. I mean, I like the setup. The animal thing's cute. I always like just clicking around and point and click. When you're in the mood, it's always a good thing. Comfy genre. Plus the puzzles. Not too much moon logic. It's like, and the pace slows down too much, and you start to lose some of that fun, unless they're like a proper puzzle thing. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's moving that thing. Yeah. Thought it was a fucking gunshot at first, but it's too constant and just doesn't sound like a gun. Not that I'd know very well, but somebody's out there doing something. I don't think it's the... It's not like the dumpster, but...
Greetings, good sir.
Ulysses Spode of Spode, and Flabbernacle. At your service, sir.
What a ludicrous collection of names that is.
Quite so, Frumple. And what part do you play in today's events?
Don't rightly know, sir. Old Gilfrey wanted me to come and observe, he said. Worried there might be a spot of bother about whatever it was he was announcing.
Legal bother, you mean?
As you say. Wouldn't tell me in advance what the whole bally palaver was all about, though. I suppose now we'll never know.
Well, perhaps.
So, since I'm here anyway and the old boy's popped off, might as well sort through his paperwork and make sure everything is in order. Lots to sort out when somebody dies, you know. Especially somebody as rich as him.
Right.
We shall speak more later.
What's going on out there, Jesus?
Always here if you need me.
Greetings, dear lady.
Oh, hello.
I am Lord Winklebottom III, and this is my companion, Dr. Frumple.
I'm Vivian. Dr. Vivian Price.
You're a doctor.
Yes. Well, sort of. Not medicine. Geology. And physics. Also biology and linguistics. A few things.
Yes, well, medicine is difficult, especially for a, well, you know.
Frumple.
Oh, don't worry. I'm used to that sort of reaction.
Were you invited here for this great announcement too?
Me? Oh, no, I live here.
What's
well,
wrong with
not
the
here in
medicine and a
house,
chameleon?
But on the island. I worked, I suppose, for Admiral Gilfrey.
Strange, the maid didn't mention other stuff.
No, she wouldn't. People tend to forget about me, you see, Mr. Winklebottom. Sometimes I think I might as well just blend into the
Jesus, what the
scenery.
fuck's going on now? I'll be right back. Apologies. 11 p.m. and car with a like attached on truck full of giant pieces of 2x4. I got people putting stuff in and out of it right outside the fucking building, like up on the lawn. Some late night, Friday night wood construction, something going on. I don't know if you're fixing a fence or what. As long as I'm not dead, yeah. So be it.
What was the nature of your employment here?
You know of Gilfrey's expeditions. I helped him examine the artifacts he brought back. Cataloguing, mostly. But sometimes there'd be something more interesting.
Anything recently? Could that be what he intended to announce? Some big discovery?
No, nothing. I'm sure I would have known if there was something like that. I am sorry, Mr. Winklebottom.
Do we think the guy's actually alive somehow?
What do you know of the other people in the house?
Not
Magically.
very much, I'm afraid. I haven't really spoken to anybody. I don't even know the staff all that well. I tried talking to the gardener earlier, but he was in a frightful temper.
You mentioned the gardener was in a bad mood. Do you know why?
Oh, well, he's always kind of grumpy, you know, but he seemed perfectly livid last time I saw him. Thought he was being given the sack, I think. Something about a vegetable patch. You should probably ask him.
Thank you, miss.
Well, we're gonna have to find him then. Saucepan.
From what I recall, this door leads to the attic.
Why do people insist on...
I rather imagine...
Well,
Alright. We'll use this to get in.
Really rather not. I'm not sure that it's...
looks like they're jiggered now, though. Let's check them away.
This seems unlikely to be...
Why not, Mum?
A map of the... A sharp kit. I'm really not sure.
I'm just able to use this map.
This seems unlikely. This seems unlikely.
Let's go see if we can see more areas.
I say, Frumple, look, there's an imprint here. Somebody must have dropped something in the wet mud. On the shape, I deduce...
It's very obviously a key. There's no need to act so badly clever about it, you know?
As you say, a key... Somebody must have dropped a
Like
key.
we really
in the
need a
wet mud.
20-minute fucking deduction scene for every little thing that happens, man. This thinks it's gonna live up to the greats. Needs to do that at least. Oh, there's just a person.
Hello, my good man.
Do you mind? I have work to do. This storm is going to ruin my plants.
Oh, that's the
Perhaps
bird.
you've not yet heard, but I'm afraid your master...
Oh, I've heard. And where does that leave me? That's what I want to know. Bloody inconsiderate of him it is.
Charming fellow, isn't he?
Farewell then, my good fella.
Oh, yes, you just go indoors. That's fine. Don't worry about me. Bloody love a storm, I do.
What's the guy want, man?
I have reservation. No.
It's a print of a key? What are we gonna make, like a key print? Maybe we have to take the butter and the saucepan and make like a mold. Maybe instead of twigs.
I say, Frumple, what on earth was that?
Some kind of commotion coming from the drawing room, I think.
Quickly, we must investigate.
We can use these little needles.
Quick, Frumple, to the orangery. Miss Gilfrey is in great...
Look how these two are just sitting here.
Miss Gilfrey, what is it? Whatever is the matter?
Oh, Lord Winklebottom, it was terrible. A simply frightful frightful thing.
I say, steady on. What are you talking about?
Out there, Dr. Frumple, out in the darkness. It was a
To return to
creature,
Shiranagasu, man. It's already got the setup for
such
it.
a ghastly sight.
We just need a... I hope it's a cookie shark,
Are
man.
you sure, Miss Gilfrey? Could it perhaps have been Mr. Walters returning to his boat?
It wasn't a person, Lord Winklebottom. It wasn't an animal at all. It was wet and hairless and... Oh, God, that face. I shall never forget it.
Like a human.
What now? Please, try to be calm, Miss Gilfrey. We must investigate.
Oh, sirs, thank goodness you're here. He just burst in, suddenly
This guy.
ranting and raving about a monster.
Gah! A foul, fearsome beast! Away! Away with you!
Poor fellow looks in a bad way. Rumple?
Chap seems delusional. We should get him into bed for some rest.
Came at me out the trees, a malign monster! Ah! 'Tis after me! 'Tis after me!
Looks like he needs a good rest.
He can use one of the beds in the servants' quarters. I'm sure Ambrose won't object.
Right then, Frumple, let's help get him into bed.
As long as I don't have to get too close, he smells like a blessed brewery.
Come on then, old chap. Right, we've
Man
got the
attacked
boy
by
set. Should we
something.
round the
Throw him in
room,
the
see?
fucking bedroom, I guess.
As long as the bar guest doesn't come for him.
I say what?
Oh, never mind me, sir. Just a silly fancy.
Did you say bar guest? Like the name of this island?
Stuffed, really, I suppose, but the Barghest is a ferocious monster said to roam the island at night. It's part dog, part monster. They say that anybody who sees it will surely die soon after.
Sounds like a pretty disagreeable chap, what? As a poppycock, mind you.
Well, one last thing, sirs, if it pleases you. In all the commotion, Madame Lavinia has misplaced her crystal ball. Says it's been stolen. Would you believe it?
Dashed careless of her.
I've promised to keep an eye out for anything suspicious out here, but maybe you could go and talk to her.
Very well, we shall see what the problem is.
I guess, man.
What can you tell us about the lady sat over there?
Oh, I can't get a word out of her. The old bat needs some sort of hearing aid, if you ask me.
These modern hearing aids are a miracle of science. Some are barely larger than a briefcase, you know.
I say, what's happened to your crystal ball?
Oh, it's that criminal sat in her chair over there. She's acting like she's oblivious, but look at her bill. She's clearly stolen it.
Well, that's really not on.
I even tried mentioning the Scottish play to shock it out of her, but she's deaf as a
The
post.
Scottish play.
Scottish play?
The Sharkspere play. Macbeth. Actors are terrified of it. Think Sharkspere will come and eat them if it's even mentioned, or something like that.
Macbeth or something.
Thank you for your time.
Well, she's definitely got something in there.
Madam, perhaps you could return the good lady's crystal ball.
What's that? Music hall? Ah, you must be a fan. Sorry, darling, I don't do requests.
Daft old bird.
Macbeth.
The cheek! I do not have bad breath.
Well, that worked about as well as could be expected.
We need to have some kind of sound
Thank you for your time.
amplification.
What's that?
Ugh. A small empty bottle.
We'll figure it out later. Let's go back outside. We didn't really check everything out.
Farewell.
Oh, yes, you.
Like he found any
It's no good, we won't get anywhere in this weather. We'll have to wait until the storm clears up.
a monster. Which character? Probably the dead guy. Or this moose.
I say, Winklebottom, that fellow must have been going like a bomb when you ran in.
Ugh,
I suppose
this chap is beyond.
Maybe barrel here. Screaming at everything out of your league. I think it's part of the joke, yeah. A bunch of animals, but they've still got a moose head on the wall. Yeah, it does. That's what I was saying earlier. Pretty fucked, man.
No.
Stop.
Good grief, Rumple, what?
I will not, absolutely will not let you sully that kettle.
Lord, you're quite right. We must find another way. I'm really not sure what the plan... I'm really not sure. Let's put the pan on... How thrilling. I've always wanted to try my Hoofed cooking.
Yeah. I need some way to like light it
I
up.
have reservations. I can't just cause them to...
When I was in the calf scout.
I see.
You don't.
And rub twigs together, but all we have is coat hanger wires.
I'm really not sure.
Nice glue. Could go for a little glue action. What was always with the thing with, I don't know if it's just a movie thing or what, like people eating glue? I feel like that would like kill you. Or did they make glue that like wouldn't fuck you up somehow? Why would you even want to eat glue? It never even seemed close to appetizing. Even if you're just like a kid, man. Doesn't smell good, doesn't look like any kind of food. I guess you just put anything in your mouth at that. You're young enough.
From what I recall, this
Kids are dumb, yeah.
Well, yes, I...
Ugh. Sounds disgusting, that man.
We shall speak.
Always.
No, I mean that's why. And it's even the dumbest kid though, it's just like, jeez, man. I don't know. I mean, I guess every kid was different. I could never dream of wanting to eat glue as a kid.
No, from what I recall, this door leads...
Why do people...
I rather imagine Gilfrey was...
Well, yes,
I could see a kid want to eat the, what was that putty back then? That the kids would use? You know, like mold it in the shit. That stuff at least, yeah, look like it, you know, like color and shit. And I could buy that, man. Play-Doh, yeah. That shit was fun to fuck around with as a laddie.
A sharp kitchen. This might prove you...
Absolutely not. Why, if you take that... Look at this, silly bit.
You know, between... That'll be all for now, man.
God.
Where's this butler, man?
I'd like to telephone the mainland to...
Problem at the exchange, perhaps?
Well, perhaps, but I think it's more like...
Oh, well, my...
I'm really not sure what... Not the most professional repair, but I think this should allow us to use the telephone.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure in the last decade or two they've made stuff ultra non-toxic and super protected. But even then, you're getting fucking grown-ass kids, right? Teenagers and such. Eating fucking Tide Pods, man. Melt you from within, dude. That's awesome, man. That's fun. Human nature, man. People are gonna be stupid.
Let's give this a try then. Ah yes, I have a connection. Operator, get me...
Has it got through?
God of Bleach challenge deck. Whoa. Rat poison challenge.
She's just
Let's
connecting me
go.
now. Ah, greetings. This is Lord Winklebottom. I wish to report a suspicious death on the Isle of Bargast. I say hello? Hello?
What's wrong?
The line's dead. Must have gone down somewhere outside the house. Blasted, I don't think my message got through. It's down to us, Frumple. We must investigate this death ourselves.
Yeah.
No point trying again. This line is down. This seems... I have I'm really not sure what the... Somebody must have dropped a key into the wet mud and it's left an almost...
I wonder what is a...
Alexander Graham Bell. Maybe a pigeon, man. A carrier pigeon, dude. Carries messages. Makes phone. Put himself out of business.
I'm not going to open these.
Graham Bell was the
Large double window.
Not exactly
phone guy, right?
There's nothing left to...
You're a dick.
A roaring hot... A fine-looking grandfather clock, though it appears to be stopped.
My third cousin had one of these.
Are you sure that's...
No, my third cousin is a cuckoo and he really hates me messing around with his grandfather clock.
If I turn the hands, I can make the clock...
Why?
I have Dame Seagilly's habitat.
I'd like some of that. Pigeon. Maybe something with big ears. What animal has the highest ear to
Just open...
body ratio, man?
Ugh,
I can't get this into the gap to wedge open the door. Need something small. I'm really not sure. This door appears to be...
yes, quite so.
This door appears...
Yes, quite so.
And... Right then, let's... I say, Frumple, do you know...
Not a clue.
There's goals. is. We just need a fire starter, man. Then I imagine we can get the butter to become like a mold, I suppose. Then we can get the key. Unless we're gonna make a fucking key out of butter. Sounds like something that would happen. Oh, hey, you can take his time.
I think it's been glued on.
Can I just knife his tie off?
Sorry about this, sir, but I'm afraid we have need of your time.
My lord, whatever are you doing? Stop that this instant.
Oh, frightfully sorry, madam.
Can't do this while the old goat is hanging around, what? You may need to convince her to leave.
Perhaps you should get some rest, dear lady.
We're definitely not gonna do anything suspicious.
I would like to get some rest. That commotion earlier has left me at all sixes and...
She won't leave till we get her crystal ball back. And we can't get her crystal ball back until we can scare the
A small end.
the pelican or whatever.
One of those newfangled
Modern thing.
I can't remove this trumpet, it's held in place.
We can take this thing? Huh.
This is too big to remove. A small empty.
Okay, there's a lot of like little details we need to be checking out. Can I just take the wires back? I get like a new coat hanger.
I think I'll leave these be.
I mean, you've done nothing.
A collection of old foreign.
I had a patient.
Let's take this.
You must be flummoxed if you think we're going to be in the...
Okay. I was trying to take it earlier,
This is
but
the most upset.
I'm not sure it's...
need to try more. I know we can pick a lock with this, but might as well try. Relook through everything. Trash the old memory, just in case.
This seems unlikely. This is too big to remove the...
Really? The micro letter openers? Uh-huh.
A long metal axe. This seems...
I say, Winklebottom, I bet Gilfrey liked this axe a lot. Because he's an axolotl.
Yes. I understand. I say, look at this old...
Not for me.
You know, Frumple, I'm not sure we have...
I don't think so either.
This tube is part of the network of pipes Guilford used.
Ingenious system.
Nothing to be done for the poor fellow until we...
We shall have to get him out of there if I'm...
Thank you for your...
Can I cut off some, like,
No, I don't...
plant?
I don't really want to... I'm really not sure. I have reservation. This seems unlikely to be effective.
Alright. Not see anything terribly more in here. We can take off a lot of this stuff, but
A bust of the...
Not just a great com...
problem is there's a chain of events we're just not quite at. I feel like we need to get the gramophone thing out to kind of have like a amplify the voice.
Thank you for your...
What's that?
Ugh. I'm not going to open these. Large double windows.
Not exactly the jolliest view.
No, I don't...
I mean, I'd be fine just getting like literally some fire.
I'm really not sure, but the plan... A thin blade. An envelope. A small... Thank you for your...
Alright.
This painting is...
Ugh.
I got the key outside, some kind of fire starter for that.
Somebody must have...
I wonder what is it...
Not really much else out here.
Ah, portrait.
Distinguished looking chap.
I don't know what we would do with the tie.
Another fine piece of artwork from...
God.
Ugh. Mr. Walt?
Ah!
Is he drunk again?
Ah! A foul beast more terrible than the Kraken! Begone! Begone!
I think he might be dreaming.
Fella's gone crackers if you ask me.
I should never have shot that albatross. Cursed I be! But he knocked over me pint.
Seems like he's delusional, or at least I hope he is. I'm really not sure what the plan... I'm really not sure what the plan...
Not really anything going on here, man. Sure, there's a Pixel Hunt-esque
No
thing
point
we're
trying to
missing.
Just
Ugh, blasted thing.
Stay open. And all you do is prop it up with something, man. Can't be that hard,
This
right?
might do the job if I hold the door open with one hoof and try to jam the letter opener in with the other. Yes, I think that's going to keep the door open.
What the fuck? Okay. I would just put something large in there, like a piece of wood or something, but I guess if you could stick it in far enough, man. Well, now what, man?
It's open now, so I should be able to look inside.
I'll have a look.
Right, with this door held open, I can
Karl
just about
Marx?
get my head in here. Let's have a look inside, shall we?
God. Something with a big beard, man. Crazy hair. I don't think socialism or anything is something I can relate to an animal easily. Maybe. An ant. No. Do ants? It's Carl with the K, isn't it? Ants have like a singular, like, super leader, man. Maybe an ant, dude.
Well, that was a tight squeeze. I
The
can't really do
fucking-
much down here, but I can have a look around.
The
at
long
least.
neck shit's kind of funny. He's like in the looking up second floor, go to the basement without having to actually go down there.
Alas, I cannot reach the switch from this undignified position. We'll need to get into the room. This is a bottle of lye, an alkali used for cleaning. This is a dangerous alkali. I'm not about to grab it with my teeth unless I have a genuine need for it. This switch seems to be connected to the pump system that drives water through Guilfrey's in-house pipe network.
The
Looks
salt.
like there are some bags over yonder, but I can't
Did
tell
that
what's
kill
inside
him?
them.
Somebody salted the pipes. Would
This
an
system
axolotl
must feed water
die
to the
from
rest of
too
the
much
house, the taps,
salt?
Guilfrey's
I mean,
pipe
how,
network,
man?
the orangery and so on.
Fish kept in like closed environments die from pretty much hardly any changes at all. They're rapid enough.
Looks like there are some.
Gotta be something we can do.
This seems unlike. This system must feed water. Looks like there are some bags over. This is a bottle of. This seems unlikely. This is a dangerous al. And this door appears to be.
Must lead down to that cell.
Right, with this door held open, I can.
How would I get the door open though? Like a light I can use? there's cupboards and shit. Jesus.
Just some odds and ends, nothing. Just some. Nothing of interest in. Oh, there are some matches in this box. I'll take.
There we go. One match on the cold.
Need a steady hoof to do this, as there's only one match left. There we go. The cooker is heating up nicely now. Ah, look, Frumple. The heat has melted the butter into an oily liquid. I can hardly pick this up with my bare hooves. We'll need something to soak it up, I will.
Well, what about your mane? That's probably absorbent.
That's a disgusting thought, Frumple.
Something to soak it up.
I'd really... No, I don't...
The map.
This seems...
The knife isn't gonna work, might as well test it.
no.
What, the tie, maybe? But we'd have to get her out of there.
This seems nice and hot now, but I'm... A nice hot fire. I'd really...
Yeah, we gotta check every little thing for sure. On sale from wishlist. What game? Oh, it just came out. Salt Sea Chronicle. Oh, this is the one made by the devs who made Mutazione, which was a cool game. Did that one off stream. The rare off stream game.
It's open now, so I should...
Looking inside doesn't do much for us.
I can hardly pick this up with my bare hooves.
Well, what about your mane?
That's a disgusting...
Why do we have to soak it up? Can he open up with his bare hands? Do we need like a... something to hold it? Soak up the heat? Why would we soak up the butter? We're probably missing a very small microscopic thing to unscrew this with.
Sorry, my friend. I'm rather afraid I've more of a need for this than you do.
There's just nothing you won't half-inch given the chance, is there?
Entire axe. I already checked it out earlier, but
No, I... Somehow, I think he looks sad.
You soppy grit.
A collection of books.
what am I gonna do with a fucking axe, man? Can he carry it down into the kitchen? With his mouth?
No. It's open now. Right, with this door held open. I'm really not sure what... This system must feed water.
We're still missing little items and shit, so. Let's recheck the rooms real quick.
I'm really not sure. There's nothing left to eat in.
You're addicted.
A fine looking
My third cousin.
Are you sure?
No, my.
I thought the point of this was.
If I turn the hands. A roaring on. This paint. I'm really not going to check all those beds. Different seat. I don't. Just a spring.
Isn't modern science.
There's barely anything in here, man. I feel like maybe he'll end up here at some point. As we drain it.
No, I don't. From what I recall,
Oh, why do people?
I rather imagine.
Well, yeah.
We could spend days. This appears to.
Plants and whatnot.
This must be a bait.
I don't think these people have anything new to say.
I've already got. The sign next to this light says, "Warning."
Maybe just a slight turn.
No. This tube is part of the network of pipes Guilford used.
Ingenious system.
Can I take the diving helmet off?
Really? I know I can carry a lot of things, but I draw the line at lugging around a big metal head. I don't really think.
Unless I'm supposed to use something on someone.
I have reservation. No. A bust of the Great.
Good grief, look at.
What is it with you and?
What are we missing, man?
This looks like.
Bit of an odd thing to keep her.
And this looks like it's
Bit of an odd thing to keep.
I have so many sharp objects, man. I don't really know what one would do that the other wouldn't.
this seems
Yeah. Too easy.
oh well then.
Oh, yes, you just.
Easy mode. Why can't he just pick up the pot? Jesus Christ. I haven't seen the butler, I don't think either. Maybe he's dead too.
A bowl of fruit.
Well, doesn't seem.
At least we know we can make.
Oh, that's a relief.
I can hardly pick this up with my bare hooves. We'll need something to soak.
Well, what about your maid?
That's a disgusting thought. No, I don't think this is. Right, with this door held open, I can.
What does looking inside do? Like, unless I'm picking up the bottle, there's not really much else to be done here. I mean, I guess I could flip the pump switch, but...
I'd really rather. Alas, I cannot reach the switch from this undignified position.
Okay.
This switch seems to be connected to.
There's really nothing in here, man.
This is a bottle of lye, and I.
Maybe we're just not supposed to mess with it yet. Maybe he'll pick up the lie when we get a chance. Or when we need it.
This door appears.
Must lead down to that cell.
There's a sloth. The sloth killer, man.
From what I recall,
Oh, why do people?
I rather imagine guilt.
Well, yes.
Looks like our dear friend.
I'd rather go for a walk.
Is there any time you? Thank you, Mick.
It must just be an interaction at this point. I mean, it's possible I'm still missing something. It's not like the puzzle's been too crazy. It's possible there's just a pixel. I mean, I want to grab the tie, but he has to be gone, which means I need to get the crystal ball back. Assuming she has it. Need something to unscrew
An
the
antique metal. Dame Sigurd's haberdashery.
gramophone so I could yell in her ear or whatever. None of these would work for that.
I have reservations.
There's this, but we're just supposed to click these in order. In the order he like went on a trip or something.
You know, Frumple, I'm not sure we have all. Ah, this chap is
Looks most.
generally, yes. Now, let us.
Oh, just some paint.
Not inherently so, but in this case, yes. They don't seem to have any.
Best way, in my opinion.
One would hope that you would. Ah, look at him here, the pride of the Admiral. Well, thank you for your time, Reverend.
Oh,
Ah, look at this. It's Gilfrey and Ethelbert on their wedding day. A splendid time was had by all, I can assure you.
Yes.
One of those newfangled.
Modern technology is one.
This is too big to remove the small screw.
What do you say, man?
I really.
What is small enough? I had like the smallest little mini knife ever earlier, man. That you probably could actually like fix the screw with, but
I'm really not sure what the plan. I really am. I don't really want to. Goodbye for. No, I don't. I once knew a chap who was killed after getting trapped. I have no idea what this app is. I'm certainly not. Even with this bottle, I really don't want to carry this stuff around without knowing more.
okay. There's a lot of that in this game where it's like you can mess with something, but you have to wait for them
This
to
picture glass is full of nasty-looking liquid.
What did you call me?
like do something with it. I mean, maybe it's supposed to try to make it easier, less options to use that shit. You still want to forget.
A map of the.
Well,
A cactus. Covered.
I'm keeping well away. Good.
Doesn't that rather interfere?
Not at all.
No, I don't. An award for amphibian
There
every
you go,
year.
sleeping.
A finer amphibian you could never hope to meet, eh, Frumple?
I mean, that'd be fun if going to bed when I got back. I probably will be like wide awake when I get back from my little
Various
hangout.
works of fiction. These are most.
Oh, Shakespeare.
I say, Frumple, there's a copy of the play Madame Lavinia mentioned here. Macbeth.
Can we not click these books? And
You know, this might just.
Just as long as you don't.
maybe instead of yelling in her ear, we just show her the book. When in doubt, that means I just forgot to click something, man. You have to click stuff multiple times in this. I'll analyze it, then click it again to grab it. Whew.
I say, madam, I have a play here that might interest you.
The Scottish play. Oh, get away from me. Away.
Okay.
Thank you so much for getting my crystal ball back.
Don't mention it, madam.
Why did she steal
I
it?
believe these are used to see into the future.
No, old boy.
Oh, then we.
What was the point of that? Which is just crazy, you know? Alright. Now we can get her to go away, then I guess I'll use the tie for
Perhaps you should get some.
I am
absorbing.
quite tired after all the commotion.
Sorry about this. Sir.
Whatever that is.
I suppose this fabric will soak up the grease. Ah, yes, we now have a greasy tie. How splendid.
You do the strangest things, Winklebottom.
I don't know why I need grease on the tie. Can we just walk outside and just... assuming that's what this is, it might not be. I was gonna use it as like a mold, but like at this point probably not.
No.
I don't think this is enough, man. Question is, what is the grease for?
There's still a bit of butter left in this pan. Maybe I could find some bread somewhere to mob it up.
Sometimes you really are quite repugnant, Frumple. And I'd really.
The grease pen.
And
I just need to grease something. What possibly would that be?
I say, madam, are you?
I'm feeling somewhat better now, my lord.
This is a very long rest.
This looks like a child.
Bit of an old thing to keep.
I think grease some kind of like hinge or some shit.
Go. Go.
No, I don't think this is right.
I hate looking at this fox, man. That fucking wink, dude. It's like that typical fucking furry wink, dude. It's like something about it, man.
Right then, I'll wipe this liquid butter around the valve using the tie we cut off a dead moose's mounted head.
There is literally no simpler way we could have done this.
I think I might dispose of this now. It's absolutely disgusting.
Okay. Problem is we still need to turn this off.
Let's give this a turn and see if we can't drink.
Wait, we can't do this while the water pumps are
I just solved the puzzle I didn't even know needed solving.
The sign next to this light say
maybe just a slight.
no.
One less option, I suppose, we gotta worry about.
This tube is
Ingenious.
looks like I did.
I'd rather go.
Is there any time? No point trying again.
Alright. I don't have some kind of mold. Without asking questions about the shit outside, we can't take any of the sap.
Various works of
Ugh, sharks.
a collection of
I say, Winklebottom, I wonder if they...
you could ask, but I don't. A collection of
Oh look, they have sands of the sea fishing.
Take this off if we had something thin enough, apparently.
Somehow.
Yes.
I've already tried everything I have in here.
No, I don't think this is right. I have reservations. I'd really rather.
And they said we could use it on the tropical pitcher plant. The bottle. We just need to know something about it. Whatever that is.
A curious box. Oddly, it seems to be fixed in place. It appears, however, that parts of the map itself might actually move slightly. You know, Frumple, I'm not sure we have all the...
Who knows when we will. I want to use the hints yet. Thing is, I feel like the hints are gonna be maybe just lead us to some of the pixel hunts here. So far, it's just been pixel hunt, but
No, I don't...
I wouldn't be surprised if there is a weird interaction.
Thank you for your...
What's that?
Ugh. Dame Seagull is happy. Thank you for your time. This painting is called...
Person.
I got the clock in here, or whatever reason that's supposed to help us. I mean, I would think it'd be something to do with this. The whole dumbwaiter area, but...
I've already wedged this open.
Because looking down here has done absolutely nothing.
It's open now. Right, with this door held open, I can... This is a dangerous alkali. I'm not about to grab it with my...
Genuine need for it.
Somebody must have dropped a key into the wet mud, and this...
I wonder what is a key for.
Oh well then.
Oh, yes.
Not much else going on out here, man.
This seems...
What is the long metal axe
No, I don't think
for?
this is...
But nothing so far.
Don't worry about... No, I don't...
What is this supposed to use to reach somewhere, but...
Another fine piece of artwork. Ah,
Distinguished looking.
a painting of Gilfrey's...
God.
We shall...
Always.
I don't have a reason.
The sign next to this light says...
Maybe just a slight.
No, from... An antique... I have reservation... I'm really not sure.
Ooh, I am tired, man.
From what I recall, this door leads to the attic.
Why do people?
I rather imagined.
Well, yes.
I don't know, I'm not really seeing a whole lot, man. There's a bunch of things that are open for something, but it's either moon logic or I'm missing a pixel somewhere. Getting a little fucking sleepy, man.
I'm not going to open these. A roaring hot fire. I believe these are used to seeing.
No, old boy.
Oh, then we.
A reason? Like, what does an envelope or a knife or anything like that do for me? I think I've tried going in to the kitchen, down to the bottom, and then using
There's
items.
still a bit of butter left.
Sometime. Right, with this door held open, I can just about get my head in here. I'm really not sure what the plan is here.
Jesus, dude, just flip it.
No, I don't think this is right. No, I... And... This seems unlikely.
What's the point of being able to look down here, though? There has to be some point. Because, like, what would be the point of doing it in the first place?
This switch seems to be connected to the pump system that drives water.
I imagine it's just the lie, but it's like, why do I need it? There's a few of those puzzles sitting around. We need information before we can even use them. There's the clock, which I don't really see what that would do for us right now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take a break soon anyways.
Part of Gilfrey's pipe.
Looks like great fun. Would be better with a mud.
The right stick moves slow. Left stick moves fast. That's good.
Mr. Walt?
Yeah!
Is he drunk?
Ah!
I think he might be dreaming.
Fella's gone crackers if you.
I should never.
Seems like it. This looks like a child.
Bit of an odd thing to keep her.
This seems I say, madam, are you feeling more...
I'm feeling somewhat better.
Ugh, this bed is up.
Looks like some kind of slime or mucus.
Yeah, it's the fucking slug man. That's her bed. Has a little toy. An axolotl.
Mr. Walt?
Is he drunk?
Ah!
I think he might be dreaming.
Fella's gone crack.
I shouldn't.
Seems like he's delusional.
I don't know. There's really just not a whole lot to fuck with, but
No. I'm really not sure, but this seems Hello, my good.
Do you mind?
Perhaps you've not.
Oh, I've heard.
Charming.
Oh well then.
Oh, yeah.
It's no good. We won't get any.
time is it? 8:15. What time he's gonna drop by? Probably 30, 40 minutes to an hour. Ooh, I don't really want to use a hint, but it might be total bullshit. It usually is in these kind of games.
This seems a long round.
Don't go sticking it.
There's nothing left to eat.
You're a dick.
At this point, I would imagine it's just something with peeking down into the kitchen, but why couldn't we just ask the maid to let us in there, man?
A painting of one Max.
Indeed so.
Yes, gave us some in. No, I don't. This might.
Absolutely.
I have reserv.
Oh, he's got some reservations, man.
I think I'll leave
I mean, you've done.
a collection of old foreign coins.
I had a patient pay me in.
Thank you, miss. diving suit used by Guildfrey to remain. I don't really think this dive. I know I can carry a lot of things. A photograph from.
Chap suddenly got.
Photographs from some.
Chap suddenly got a rat.
This appears to be.
Plants and whatnot. Oh, duh.
Yeah, well, we need to know about plants.
I wonder if I can find any information about that plant we saw in the orangery. Ah, yes.
Jesus,
here we
haven't
are.
I checked it a
What does it
million
say?
times? Trying to like specifically use the bottle on it for them to now be allowed to check the book. Why not just have them be allowed to look at the book and just leaf through it real quick?
Apparently, that sticky fluid in the plant is a kind of resin. Mix it with a strong alkali and apply a heat source, and it'll set hard as rock.
The flags, man. Alright, now we can get the
Maybe
hard
we
as a
could use that for
rock.
something if we can-
Yeah, okay. Then the mold. Gotcha. I clicked that a bunch of times, man. Like, we knew we needed books. It's an order. I mean, yeah, there's a logic to like needing to go in the proper orders and all that, but it's also a video game.
Right then, I'll collect the pot.
And sometimes flags if they're just not logical or not convincing enough, it just aren't even worth it like that. But we found it. Like, I don't know if I'd call that a pickle hunt. Probably not. Lift the flag on. Explains what this is for.
Right,
Right,
door
now
helmet.
we're moving. I'll try to finish up this bit though. I need to take a break.
This is a dangerous substance. I don't especially.
Doesn't want to, but he will.
Let's pour this sap into the imprint of the key. Yes, that's filled it nicely. Let's put this alkali into the sap then.
Yeah, let me do it. This needs the steady hoof of a surgeon. Oh. Oh dear, well, it all went in at any rate.
Look how they try to make him like a Watson, but he's kind of stupid.
Now, if the book we read is to be believed, it just needs heat to harden it.
Shame it's so bloody freezing.
Now we need heat. I go grab.
A roaring hot. I have read. This seems unlikely to be. And this seems
We need something to hold the heat. We don't have another match.
a nice. This seems unlikely. I have res. This seems nice and.
I'm gonna grab that thing from outside.
What's left in this pack?
Sometimes you.
Maybe we're not supposed to bring it out there. Maybe we're supposed to like, or keep it in there. We're supposed to bring it in.
There's a mixture pinch of sap and alcohol.
Shame it's so bloody free.
I have reservations. I'm really not sure. I wonder if you could help procure me some kind of portable heat source.
Procure a heat source? Look, Mosh, if you want to borrow a lamp, just bloody well say so, why don't you?
Well, it was not too much trouble.
Oh no, that's just fine and dandy. But tell you what, you wait here in the shelter while I go off in the middle of a bloody storm to find you a lamp. Wouldn't want you to go to any bother, like.
Most gracious of you, I'm sure.
Well, here you are then. Do be careful not to burn your bloody hooves on it, won't you? I'm off inside, now that I've battened down the hatches out here. Don't feel you have to follow me, like.
Never did like invertebrates.
This will work, I think, but I'll need to light it first.
Another snap. Doesn't matter where.
I'll just touch the wick to the flame, and here we are. The lantern is illuminated. Let me try and apply heat from this lamp to the resin mixture, and let's see what happens.
Oh, can't see anything happening. How boring.
Give it time, Frumple.
Can we go now? I'm so bored waiting for this.
You know, Frumple, I rather think we can. Look, the resin is set solid, just like the book said.
Oh yes, no, never doubted it for a moment. Looks like we now have a copy of the key that was dropped here.
You say
Now
so,
we'll
man.
find what is the key to.
Well, I have a feeling it's probably the place we got to look inside. I mean, it could be the attic, but it's more likely the room we've already partially seen. Gotta confirm it's a murder, right?
Maybe this key we made will fit the...
By Jove, it works. Well done, Winklebottom.
Oh, unfortunately it snapped off in the lock. I suppose the resin wasn't really strong enough. Still got the door open anyway.
Right on, man. Flip it.
I suppose they must keep a few cooking supplies down here.
Foolish if you ask me.
Are you kidding me? They salted the whole fucking thing, man.
I suppose they must...
Foolish if you ask.
Isn't it obvious, man?
This system must feed water into the rest of the house. The taps...
They oversalted it, or maybe he needs just a little bit of salt. Look, we're schmoving, dude. Yeah, I'm definitely getting some coffee at the fucking place. Apologies, probably not been the most entertaining. We're not really broken in and discussed this a whole lot. It's over. It's cool. I mean, it's pretty standard point and click stuff. I mean, I'm always down for a nice, like, rainy mansion mystery, murder mystery. It's just a nice setting. It's been a classic for a long time for a reason. So, that part's been cool. You know, the charm of them being like animals and stuff is cute. Love clicking, don't love pointing. Yeah, the problem is when you get into some of these and it's like pixel hunts or min logic, if you don't want to use hints and stuff, they can kind of have like super boredom moments because you're kind of just like just fooling around. Some of my favorite ones are like make a lot of sense or just have so much story aesthetic stuff going that any of those elements aren't really a big deal, or they're just like more puzzle focused, right? Yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like a Where's Waldo type of thing sometimes, but yeah, how much you're willing to lose some time to it. nailed her. I'm like fighting it. You can feel it every time I speak. That like just sapping. You feel it in your face and your eyes. Oh, maybe I'll try to go to bed early. Anyways, yeah, so far it's been fine. I mean, it's not been like bad or anything. It's just not kind of point and click stuff. Okay setting. I would say the general humor and stuff. Like I said, it's kind of going for that like almost Monkey Island atmosphere where it's kind of got, you know, a spirit of like comedy, right? It's like upbeat or kind of whimsical or something. But I haven't found it very funny at all. It's not been like I hate the dialogue. It's, you know, and I've kind of gotten used to some of the VA. I don't think they like really emphasize or lift up the material any, but it's been cool enough. Funny enough. Well, there's a lot of characters here. You really don't really interact with them all that much. It's funny if you do compare it to like other point and clicks, right? Like a Monkey Island, like a classic one. Right? Not that I think Monkey Island's the best point and click by any means. That's not even close for me, but you're generally talking to people and mixing their kind of comedy in with environmental stuff pretty often. I mean, obviously you have two main characters here to bounce off of, but you just kind of talk to everybody once here and then you just kind of run around and interact with objects. So. It's fine. Like I said, it just feels very safe on the point and click side. I think it was just fine. I mean, that's the idea. Point and clicks tend to be, depending on the speed of difficulty of puzzles, it's more about the aesthetics and the places you go to and dialogue and stuff, right? And just some kind of comfy puzzle solving. Exploration. Alright.
Let's give this a turn and see if we can't drain the system to get Guilfrey
We'll
out
see
of there.
where it goes. Hopefully there's some goofy twists or
The
something.
lubrication has helped, but I still can't turn
Surprises
it.
in some
If only
areas.
I had some leverage.
So far there's not really like any mystery. I mean, I didn't expect any kind of like, ooh, I'm gonna have to think about who done it kind of shit. It seems like more, it's just set dressing for comedic point and click shenanigans. Leverage, man, they kind of just keep adding. I don't know, they keep just like adding more stuff on. Like you could easily have one of these puzzles just stop halfway through, and you know you don't need leverage, right? You just turn it, and then we move on to more events, right? But just the simple act of turning a valve is like this 20-step chain, and it's like, yeah, the old ones would do that, but I feel like in a perfect world, you're interacting with more large, interesting things more regularly. Like, how interesting is it to like get a million things to just mess with the pressure valve, right?
Lubricating the valve wasn't enough, but maybe this will help us get some leverage on it.
It's not like unfun or something, but yeah, I think that's kind of that's an interesting difference, right? Like, what if one point and click was just a single puzzle where there's 1,000 steps to like flip a switch or something, right? Like, that wouldn't be very fun. It's kind of like a magnitude of like that. Like, obviously doing more important things and mixing those in with small shit is like kind of more interesting. Alright, spin it.
Since there's no way to contact the mainland, we should flesh out the body and perform an autopsy ourselves.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? The Guilfrey estate will not be held liable for any damage or injury caused by incorrect operation of that device, you know?
Oh, hang it all. What's the worst that can happen?
Where's all this water gonna go then?
Oh, bloody hell!
Oh shit, they just got murdered, man. The salt in the water, dude. Oh, that's funny. Oh, bloody hell. Aim is a hoof. Oh, it's daytime. Less atmospheric at daytime.
Well, that was a most eventful night.
Quite so, old boy.
Hopefully our call got through to the police on the mainland, though I don't hold out much hope in that regard.
Our first priority should be the autopsy. I'll need to go and have a look at the body.
Good lord, what was that? It sounded like it came from the drawing room. We must investigate.
Somebody please come quickly!
It's Miss Gilfrey again. Hurry, Frumple.
Fucking slug, man.
Oh, Lord Winklebottom, Dr. Frumple, thank goodness you're here. I just came back this morning and I discovered this
They
horrific
just disappear?
mess.
I don't think they just melt completely.
What a
Right?
disgusting sight. What on earth is it?
I do believe it's Mr. Pumphrey, the gardener.
Whatever could have happened to him?
Oh, is he
Poor
just
chap got
fully
swimming
gone?
dust in salt water. Deadly to certain invertebrates, you know.
Salt water? Why would salt water be running through the pipes in here?
I need some fresh air. You'll find me outside if you need me.
Why wasn't she there earlier?
Oh, look at this!
Ah, Miss Price! You gave me quite the start. I didn't notice you coming in.
Story of my life. This is fascinating, though. I'd heard this could happen to slugs, but I've never witnessed it before.
Bit grim.
Right.
Poor Mr. Pumphrey.
I say, you don't think this had anything to do with us messing around with that water system, do you?
Oh, I don't suppose so. No. On balance, I'm certain this was just a terrible but entirely unrelated accident.
Of course.
I don't really want to lug around in it. Tell us a bit about your...
It's hard to know where to begin, really. It was very...
And you were cataloguing.
I wasn't just his secretary, if that's what you were implying. I studied them, made notes, performed tests to determine age and so on. We were doing solid research.
Had you made any significant discoveries recently? Could that be what Guilford...
No, nothing out of the ordinary.
Could we perhaps take a look at your notes to see if there's anything that stands out?
I'm afraid not. Mr. Gilfrey took them and I don't know where he put them. I'd be very grateful to have them back if you happen to find them.
Hmm. Suspicious. Could have a motive. The notes and the artifacts or whatever. Knowledge of what kills creatures.
Thank you, Miss Price.
Knowledge of the inner workings of the mansion's tube system. Information, maybe. Well, she would know since they work together.
I really am aw...
Is there any reason to talk to these motherfuckers
Take a
again?
Look, they've
Well, goodbye for now, Rev.
God be.
Nothing, man. The whole area got a refresh? Or like what, man?
Well, the rain appears to have cleared up at least. This will make exploring the rest of the island rather easier.
Yes, wouldn't have wanted to go out in that storm. My tea would have been watered down something rotten.
Have you finished sorting through Guilford's paperwork? Did you find everything you needed?
Well, not everything. There were some papers missing. If you find any of his documents or such like, do let me know.
Thank you, Mr.
The whole fucking... The fucking top hat. Cracking, dude.
Tarquin Bernard Flopsy III, 1860. A chap named Wilfred. The grave of a Percival Flabbernack. For those we've lost, Christopher N. This appears to be the grave of one Brutus Nibbler. Perhaps we could discuss your family. What can you tell us about your mother?
Mother and I were great pals, Lord Winklebottom. We had such laughs, often at
Just
father's
rolls up.
expense.
Tell me about your family.
The house was so full of joy before.
I was so very sorry to hear of Ethelberta's death.
The house wasn't the same after that. I had to get away, you understand?
Dreadful business.
Had you seen your father recently?
No, not for some time. I was so looking forward to seeing him again, introducing him to Winslet. But alas...
Thank you, miss. Farewell, miss.
Alright.
Tell us more about this business with your family.
Not much to tell. I wanted to get a decent job and they didn't approve. Just wanted me to swan around the estate all day. Not my style, old thing. I mean, I like to enjoy myself as much as the next chap, but one has to try to make a difference, don't you think?
Wish I didn't have to have a job. My life would be much easier without all the bloody sick people badgering me all day.
So they disowned you. Seems a trifle harsh.
Well, quite, old thing. Families, eh, Winklebottom? More belly trouble than they're worth. We'd be better off without them. Oh, sorry, Constance.
Thank you, sir.
Alright. If you say so, pal. Well, our graves are...
These vines are tough. We
The
shan't
mystery.
remove my hoof or even...
Not even your gnashers would get through those, eh?
I'm not fond of them in any case. Too bitter for my palate.
Just cut them.
This trusty knife will sure...
I say, Winklebottom, just imagine if we hadn't found that knife. Worth its weight in gold, that thing.
Ethelberta's grave, you...
Don't much fancy being buried myself. Shoved into a tiny wooden box in the cold and darkness. No, I had enough of that getting over here, thank you very much.
Alberta Gilfrey. These more backers, man. Feels like a backers thing. Or something like that. I just always assume it's backers because it just is so often. Interesting development in games, right? I don't really have like a problem with it, but they do. You can kind of stand. They can kind of stand out. It just depends on how they're used. So we need to have a map of the forest thing.
This forest is... I do believe we're lost. Thank goodness for that. This way leads out of the forest.
What? Get to the lighthouse.
Frumple, it's Mr. Walters.
Let me be. I'm not sticking around this place for a minute longer.
Can we just let him leave like this?
Who's going to stop me? You soft-bellied landlubbers?
It's okay, Frumple. Walters clearly wasn't here when Gilfrey was killed. We can let him leave.
Drunkard barely got us here in one piece, probably drowned before he reaches the mainland. Still, it's his own funeral, I suppose.
I'll have you know that I be as sober as a judge. After what I saw last night, I'm giving up drink for life.
Well, goodbye then, Mr. Walters, and good
I'm
luck.
not gonna ask him more about it. Not important, but... Oh, the vines are supposed to be useful. You say so.
Good grief, Frumple. Who on earth is this poor unfortunate?
Oh, as I live and breathe. It is. It's Lord Winklebottom. Oh, am I glad to see you, sir.
Inspector Culver. What on earth happened to you?
We got your call, Winklebottom. So I got here as quick as I could. I have come to help, sir.
You don't look like you're in any state to do that right now. How on earth did you get here?
It wasn't easy, sir. Couldn't get a boat. Only a madman would try to sail through that storm.
Well, quite. Hold on a minute. You don't mean...
That's right, sir. I flew here, all the way from Special Branch. Now, if you don't mind, sirs, I'm starting to feel a bit...
Poor old bird has passed out. Come on, Frumple, let's get him back to the mansion to rest. Right, well, we got him settled down. We should go back and check on him later.
Okay.
Some driftwood is floating out on the sea. This might be useful if I could reach it.
Honestly, the one thing you should be good at is reaching things at a distance.
I'm not far off, but I need a bit more reach. Some kind of long pole would do the trick if it had something on the end to hook in the wood. If only I hadn't lost that boat hook earlier.
Right. Well, we're gonna have to figure that out later, boss. Fucking submarine.
I should very much like to see the inside of that craft, however the water is far too deep to wade over. Frumple, perhaps you could...
No bloody chance. I'd get water in me tea.
Good lord, Frumple, look at this, it's Gilfrey's submarine vessel. He used this for his expeditions, made some fantastic voyages of discovery.
Huh, too lazy to swim, I suppose.
I rather think he's built for streams and rivers rather than whole oceans, to be fair.
Oh, well, yes, I suppose that's a reasonable
A great lake inside the cavern. This must connect to the sea outside.
No good for wallowing, then.
This water is far too deep to wade in. We'll need to find another way if we're to get over to that vessel.
Maybe the driftwood. Who knows?
Some old barrels. They seem to be sealed shut, though there's what looks like gunpowder around the bottom of them. Too damp to use, I'd wager. Maybe the stuff inside would be dry. I'm really not sure. No. This seems...
We can't just grab it.
Really...
Can I just have some?
I can't open these by hoof. I'll need a tool of some kind.
Of course. It begins.
I'm really not sure. Some driftwood is floating out.
Honestly, the...
I'm not far.
Has anything changed?
Greetings, ma'am.
I say, say? What?
I said...
No, it's no good. I can't hear you.
Daft old bird, she needs her ears syringing if you ask me.
Farewell.
What did you say?
Madam? Thank you for your
Careful. Cut down on that VA budget, man.
Thank you.
Not even just a hello. How's your uncle?
I suppose they must keep a few...
Foolish if you ask me.
I don't think it's has anything to do with what we had earlier.
This system must feed water into the rest of the house.
Right.
Well, he seems dead to the world. How does he seem to you, Frumple?
Poor fellow is knackered. He'll be right as rain after a bit of rest, though. We should leave him be.
I say, I didn't notice
The
these
papers.
people. They must have got disturbed with all the comings and goings in here.
Let me see. Huh. They're a load of hoof-written letters. Look like pretty soppy stuff to me. My dearest A, blah blah, secret love, blah blah, BC. Who's BC?
Well, we know a B at least. These letters seem a touch one-sided, and if they are from who I suspect, then it looks like they weren't ever actually given to A.
Why did she always have the hots for him? That toddle guy. He's died.
This looks like a child's doll. It seems to be a...
Bit of an odd thing to...
Poor maid, man.
Ugh, this...
Looks like some kind of slime or...
Like, can we like take those?
I say...
Let me see.
Well, we know a... This might be a touch awkward, but we discovered some letters under your bed.
Oh, my lord. You didn't read them, did you?
And how? So you're B then? And I take it old Aristotle Gilfrey was A.
Oh, my lord, I didn't mean anybody to see those letters. They're just a silly old goat's idle fantasy. The master was kind, but never showed me any interest.
And you wished him to?
More than anything, my lord. But it wasn't his way. He was still devoted to the mistress, and nobody would have changed that. Especially not somebody like me, I suppose.
Thank you, Miss Clutterbuck.
Too bad for you. I guess.
At least we know we can...
Oh, that's...
We're fixing the...
Well, goodbye for now, Rev.
God be with
Whatchamacallit, that does anything for us right now. The phone. It didn't matter last
No
night.
point trying again. This line is down somewhere. From what I recall, this door leads...
Oh, I do...
I rather imagine...
Well, yeah.
You know, I feel like this axe might come in useful again.
Wait. Just let me move out of the way.
See?
Okay. I was like, it really seemed like the axe was...
I know I can carry a lot of things.
I think that made sense before.
I don't really think this...
To take to get the driftwood. Go do that. I guess we haven't checked the his body, huh? Do the autopsy, man.
Poor Gilfrey. How sad he should end up like this. I suppose we should search the body for clues.
Looks like there's something in his pocket. We should probably take a look. I'll need to perform an autopsy as soon as possible, too.
Let's try to do this as quickly as we can. I don't like to think of him just lying here in the bathtub like this.
You know, this sort of reminds me of that case we had in Yorkshire a few years back. Remember that? Hogfellow was murdered by being pushed down a hill in a bathtub. Last of the summer swine, the press called it.
Shall we get on, Frumple? Poor Gilfrey. How...
Looks like there's some...
Let's try to do this as quickly as we can. I don't like to think...
You know, this sort of
Shall we get...
Okay.
We should check his pockets. Frumple, will you do the honours?
Only thing he has on him is a key by the looks of it. Nothing else here.
He doesn't have any... Right then, I suppose you'll need to perform this autopsy.
Trouble is I don't have all my equipment. Wasn't expecting to need it. At the very least I'll need a knife, some needle and thread, and some kind of apron to protect myself. Have to ask around, I suppose.
Well, we have vines.
I'm really not sure. This might prove you.
Absolutely not.
Okay, well, let's go up to the attic. I might need to leave it any minute. We'll see. I don't know. We're moving along a little bit more now, though. Damn it. Weeks been hell on the sleep. Well, not hell. Hell was like a couple months. That was the worst. Problem is, it just makes me tired during the day. I got a text, but no word on that.
From what I recall, this... I rather imagine...
Well...
It's the only attic, or the only key we got.
Well, we have a key and we have a locked door.
Well, go on then. Stop.
Oh, very well. No luck, I'm afraid. The door appears to be jammed shut.
I swear I can hear movement inside, though. I say, you in there. I insist you open this door at once.
looks like we will be doing some food. Probably 20
Well,
minutes or
I
so.
have ideas. We need to force it open somehow.
Is this your giraffe? Just kick the thing, man.
Look, Frumble, somebody seems to have dropped a book.
Anything good? I like that one where animals from space came down in weird two-legged walking machines.
No, actually, it appears to be a prayer book.
That's
We should
supposed to
return
be
it
a
to
War of
its
the
rightful owner.
Worlds joke.
Strangely, it would be here, mind you.
Caught rabies and died. Whose is this?
A prayer book that somebody. This seems unlikely. I'm really not sure. No luck, I'm afraid.
I swear it. Well, I'm...
Let's go talk to that guy then. Or we can go get that driftwood. God knows we need more tools. I'll have to stop soon though. Definitely come back and try to finish it up and maybe start Zero Ranger or whatever it's called. Freedom Ranger. What is it? What is it called? Zero Freedom Ranger. I think it's zero, right? If I wake up enough. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sleep and then we'll do stuff tomorrow. Yeah, I'd like to do that and then be ready for Void Stranger in a couple weeks.
This might do the job. Yes, I can pull a driftwood in towards the shore.
Should be good. I don't know if I've asked this already, but
Dropping that antique axe into the drink
how
too.
long do you think that game is? Zero Ranger. Just going for the basics. My shmup experience? I mean, I've played stuff like Ikaruga and Einhander and shit like that. Bullet Hells. Not really many of the classics like the Tohos and all that kind of stuff, but I've played a alright assortment of like, I would say, kind of classic shmups. And if I see any that are interesting, I'll play them. The last one I played was Riviar Delta or something. Well, I played some old like arcade ones, like fucking like 30-year-old shit when I was playing Street Fighter 6. So okay, but I don't do any like big 1cc's of any Tohos or anything like that. Or Bullet Hell, so I would say just kind of average. Hey, son, thank you.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, you killed it? Yeah, that was some shmup action. Yeah, I played a lot of hybrid shmups. There's one piece of advice I'll absolutely tell you once you get to it, but I expect 7 to 8 hours without chatting. Okay, it's just later in. I know there was something that really pissed off Goto about it. Well, maybe it's something like that. But yeah. Yeah, I've played a bunch of random ones. Oh, is it? Gotcha. Yeah, thank you very much, son. I'm actually about to head out here soon. I always feel bad when somebody comes in and I'm taking like an hour or two break. Yeah, it should be cool though. Oh, okay. It just kind of depends. I mean, I find shmups fun. It just depends on, yeah, if it's something ridiculous on like another level of time commitment or something. I've got a lot to do and like going through shmups and the arcade style's cool and all. I do wish there was a bit more like piecemeal kind of like bite-sized kind of shmup stuff. That's why there's probably so many like hybrid shmups because they'll do stuff like that, right? Like difficult, but like, you know, it's not about surviving for like an hour run or something. Or memorizing gives them like hours of shit. We'll see. I don't mind the difficulty. It's just, yeah. I'm not really interested in like the gamer cred or anything, so it's just got to be like that fun in its own right. And there's a lot of really cool shmups that are cool for casual plays. Ooh. Like I'll play like some rail shooters and stuff with and go for like scoring and stuff, but that's ones that I feel like I have a little bit more movement and more dynamic, like a Star Fox 64. Like I replay that a lot, but straight up pop down shmups, it's usually a one and done for me. But I like them. We'll see. I'm trying to think of some other ones I was wanting to do soon. There was I bought it a long time ago. Fuck, what was it called? It's been a long time since I bought it. I do a lot of the cave shmups. I think Cyvaria Delta was the last one I did. Oh, it was Crimson Clover World Ignition. I bought that a long time ago and I've been meaning to do it forever. Hell yeah, for sure. It's fun, yeah, just jumping around doing different ones. I like doing them, they're usually just kind of like short and sweet, but yeah, I just haven't gotten into 1cc's, I guess all I'm saying. That kind of stuff, the pure arcade mode, and I haven't done Toho, pure bullet hells that much. I've done plenty of stuff with bullet hell, I mean it's something that like all sorts of games just kind of use, right?
Now I can bind this driftwood together with a vine.
But yeah. Not many of the classic on that end.
This driftwood plank will make an ideal makeshift.
Oh yes, this will definitely hold the combined weight of a giraffe and a hippo. Absolutely no danger here.
Have a little faith, my friend.
How did they squeeze in through that, man?
I suppose they kept this round in case it was needed to unstick a valve or something.
Could have done with that earlier.
Well, we have it now. Note about the times the vessel has been taken out, nothing...
All a load of bloody gibberish to me.
My dearest Ethelberta, a reminder that should you need to open the safe in my absence, you have only to play our tune.
Fellow has a safe then. Best look into that. Always some good clues in safes. Found a lot of good that note does us though. How do we know what their tune was? Fella could have been a bit more explicit.
I rather suspect that was the point. Anyway, we don't know, but somebody else might. We'll need to find out where this safe is too. Maybe... How marvellous! A pipe organ inside a submarine. Gilfrey was quite the polymath. Frumple, you play the piano.
Well, I'm sure I could play it, but I'm not really in the mood at the moment.
Look, Frumple, there's a book of music on the...
No, I don't think so. Don't really care for any of them.
You've not even looked.
Well, even so. Maybe if you have a particular request, I could treat you to a performance.
Alright. Well, I imagine my friend's coming over soon. I don't want to get too much farther in. I kind of want to go hit the can and all that, get ready. So I'm going to take a break for now. When I come back, we might just finish this up and just keep the momentum going. Otherwise, it'll be Zero Ranger. And then probably Zero Ranger after, and maybe Lost Levels around earlier in the day tomorrow. But I'll have a hissy. I play a Zero Ranger without him. Lost Levels might be the day game. We got the third Animal Detective. Yeah. What is the next Animal Detective game? I gotta scramble to find it. Yeah, maybe Lost Levels tomorrow. Then, like I said, on the 19th, about less than a week, I'll be heading out. We'll probably try to hit up Amnesia, The Bunker, and a bunch of other indies and stuff in between then and now. So, alright. Well, no better. I'll catch you guys later. Back in a couple hours. Unless I'm just dead tired. Then I'll just jump in tomorrow. We'll finish this, start Lost Levels, and then do Zero Ranger at night. Yeah, thanks for watching. Good chat. Ooh, one sec.